bum belt starting too. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, we're low.
We're live.
At corner tonight for the Apaches, we have number 6. He's 5'10", 165-pound junior, and that's Artis Candler. And rounding out the defensive starters for the Apaches, at corner, number 3, 5'9", 150-pound senior DJ Dylan Judware.
He's a really nice guy. I have a class with him. He's a really cool guy.
Okay, so we're gonna. They're done for a second.
Their opening games
and
last
then
week.
we'll go to you guys.
Hart.
We're gonna go to Clara, and then after
Sorry, I
Clara,
lied.
we're gonna start playing
Arcadia's
the player
1-1,
cards, and you guys can read their number
Hart is
and
coming into
name.
the game
Right?
last week to Downey.
Switch off.
Arcadia has a win against LaSalle and lost last week at home to Cathedral.
Hello, welcome to Apache News Live. This is Matt Weiner.
And this is Bradford Yao.
And we have the Hart High School Indians going against our Arcadia High School Apaches. So Bradford, what do you think of tonight's matchup?
I feel like tonight's matchup is going to be quite a difficult one, actually. Although Hart is in Division 3, which is lower than Cathedral's Division 2, it's still going to be a very hard matchup because of some of the recruits they have and players. One of their quarterbacks, notably, is a commit to a Pac-12 school, which it shows their offensive diversity. And another thing to note is that our team is very low this week. We sustained a lot of injuries against Cathedral and in practice, so that's our coaches managing the depth is something to look at.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how our defense, led by Jake Metters and Daniel Rodriguez, will attack the Cal commit, JT Shrout, and also how some of the backups will fill in for the starters. So it's going to be interesting how this game turns out.
And right now we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Clara, for some more insight.
Running backs coach, Coach Washington, what have you guys done this week to help prepare
Ladies and gentlemen, make
against
sure to go by
Hart?
the table.
We pretty much just focus on the little things this week. Footwork, knowing where to go on the plays, and just making sure that everybody remembers what the plays are.
Thank you. Good luck tonight. Back to you guys in the studio.
Local restaurants will
Number 18, Max Davila.
Tonight's officials are all members of the San Gabriel Valley Football Officials Association.
Austin Guerra, number 17.
Number
Tonight's
44,
referee
James
is Tim
Gassner.
Dow. Umpire, Robert Centeno.
Noah
Head linesman, Jim
Nadudvari,
Ledoux.
number 1.
Number 6, Artist Candler.
Michelangelo
Bob
Loretto,
McQueen
number
is the
55.
line judge and the back judge.
Jerry Liu, number 58.
Jerry the wing judge.
Jake Metters, number 12.
Do not forget, we have a 50-50 raffle going on. Tickets are available at the table by the entry gate. $1 each ticket. You get 6 for $5, 14 for $10, or 30 for $20. The winning ticket will be pulled at the beginning of the fourth quarter. You must be present to win, but you have an opportunity to win. Over to the table by the entry gate. And it looks like the Apaches have won the coin toss
And we are back.
and deferred their
The Apaches seem to have won the
selection to
coin toss.
second half. That means Hart will
And
receive.
They will be
and Arcadia
kicking
will
first to
defend the
start off
west
the game.
goal.
All right. Yeah, so it's interesting to see how we're defending first. Hopefully our defense could get something strong. And it'll just be interesting to see how tonight goes.
Yeah, one key thing that I noticed a trend is the first possession of the game we tend to give up a score on the defensive side of the plays, and let's just see what our coaches can do to prevent that from happening again. Come up with a strong start.
Yeah, it's interesting. Against LaSalle, we were able to come back from a quick deficit, which was nothing too large. But if we're just able to get our foot in the mouth early, then there's no reason why we can't win this game.
Seems that our band is hyping up the Apaches to release.
And for our officiating crew today, we have referee Tim Dow, umpire Robert Centeno, Jim Lanou, Bob McQueen, Darren Winkley, and here are your Arcadia High Apaches. Also notable to see that we have a couple of Apaches not being in play tonight, such as Frankie Dorset, Ethan Stickler. So it'll be interesting to see how they fill in. Wait, how come we're
Yeah, it's also interesting. We were not expecting Roland Whitener to come or Roski to play, but seems that he was a day decision, and here he is suited up.
Yeah, let's see what he can do tonight. He really had a breakout season last year.
And Hart's getting ready to receive the kickoff. Deep to receive for them are number 3, DJ Palmer, and number 22, Devon Jones.
And in just a few moments, we'll see our Apaches get this Hart High School game on the way. Looking to give a strong boot is number 34, Fernando Murillo.
And in the kick for Arcadia, we have number 34, Fernando Murillo.
All right, here we go.
And Murillo boots it off.
And kick. Oh, some
And
laundry on
there's
the
a
field.
flag back at the line, and it looks like it's going to be offsides by Arcadia.
And we'll have to do this again.
Sets Arcadia back 5 yards.
No big deal.
Arcadia's going to be pushed back 5 yards for a re-kick.
And Murillo readies the kick again.
For the past couple games, we've seen Murillo do some sort of squib kick in order to keep it away from the main kickoff, to keep it away from the main kick returners. So, before the penalty, he had a big boot. So it'll just be interesting to see how he plays this. And it's
he also
also
boots
another
it.
big boot. Taking it from about the
Let's take
12-yard line.
DJ
He's
Palmer
looking for room.
And he's still on the floor. Finally brought down around the 35-yard line.
makes his way up
All
to the 34-yard line before he's taken out of
And
bounds.
it's
The Indians
been
start
the
over
moment we've
first
been
and
waiting for. It's
10 on their
interesting to
own
see how
34.
JT Schrute, UC Berkeley commit, will play. After looking at his highlights, he is more of a pro-style quarterback where basic shotgun, really nice gunslinger, has actually shown really nice mobility, great agility. So it'll just be interesting to see how our defensive ends are able to keep him inside the pocket and make sure he doesn't get loose.
Yeah, so one thing that's interesting is he doesn't really go to many camps, so he hasn't really been able to shine against most of the prime recruits of California per se, but he's really good enough to see that as the Cal coaching staff has took a chance on him, even though he's not as high as some other options out there.
And we see number 6 go in motion. He's looking that way, and it's a big deep bomb.
And it's just wide.
He's
Good
throwing-
coverage by number 1.
Pass
Roski.
intended for number 2, Michael Colangelo.
really good coverage right there.
It's a little bit
One
long.
of,
It's going
one
to
of
be
the
a
important parts we
complete
have to see this
second and
Apache
10
defense do
for
is just make sure we
Hart.
don't give up any deep balls. We really did a good job of that against LaSalle, and even Coach Pollock talked about that after the game, which is one of the key reasons why we won. So Rowe is kind of on his own island back there, but very fast, very nimble, so he'll just be kind of keeping an eye on everything.
And we see Shroud in the shotgun again. It's a pitch this time.
Heading up the sideline is the running back. And
Pitch
it's
out
about
to the
an
far side,
8-yard
number
gain,
10,
still not a first
running
down.
back Ben
but
Rosen.
it's going to be
Number
about
22
third
on the
and
tackle for Arcadia,
Yeah.
Alex Williams.
pretty
Pick
short
up a
third
9
down.
on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, so about 3rd and 1.
Ball's now on the 43.
So we can see if it's been notified that their offense last year especially used a lot of option plays. So see how our defensive ends, especially Alex Kelleher, see if they bite on the reads or anything.
It's a quick snap to their fullback, and he gets through for a big gain and the ultimate first down, crossing into Arcadia territory.
And that's number 10, Ben Rosen.
And
Again,
they're
making his way
they're
out
now on
to
the Arcadia high 39.
Apache 47. Sorry, 42.
Oh, sorry.
He's taken
My
down
apologies.
by
47.
number 6, Artist Candler for the Apaches, but it is 1st and 10 for Hart at the Apache 42.
This offensive line that Hart features is full of nothing but big boys. They know how to move the line.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about how, you know, the quarterback is a well-known, but let's talk a little bit about this offensive line. This offensive line is very experienced, all juniors and seniors, and they are all 6 feet and above, and they do a really good job blocking.
And pass out to
Yeah,
number
you
3,
can really
DJ
tell that they're
Palmer.
a very disciplined type of team. Probably spent numerous of hours in the weight room
Picks
trying
up
to get as
7
big as
yards
possible,
to the Apache
especially even on the
35,
agility
where it's
side,
going to be
just trying
2nd
to be
and
as fast as
3.
possible. So we might see a lot of the guards pulling or a lot of the tackles going out for screen passes. And we already see DJ Palmer, number 3, getting a lot of work. One of his favorite targets.
Yeah, just like that quick side throw, gain about 7 yards in this instance. Very, very easy play, but gets you results.
Yeah, and we see Arcadia running what seems to be a basic 4-3 defense, maybe a couple linebackers blitzing on the edge. And there's that option I was talking about.
Good
And it
defense
seems-
by
And that's
Arcadia right
quarterback
here.
keeper number 16,
Brought down by number
JT
21.
Shroud.
So it seems like
Making
a
his
type
way
of
up
school
to
like
the
Hart who's had so much
24-yard
success
line.
in the
Pick up a
past
1
using
on the
the
play,
option
bringing up
is starting
3rd
to
and
use
2.
it again. But our
Who's taken
Apaches
out,
just have to
taken
be
down by
able to
number
not bite on the
21,
fake.
Cesar Harrow for the Apaches.
Also, last week Caesar had a couple great sacks, and even against LaSalle had a really clutch block on a Rolandus Whitner pick 6 that was able to solidify the game for the Apaches. And now it's an interesting set. Give it another quick fullback read.
This time stopped well by the Apaches, but might be just enough for the first down.
Yeah, let's see where the referees mark this.
It's going to be real close here.
They might have to bring the chains out.
It's going to be awfully close to a first down.
Oh, and they call it a 4th down, not even bringing the chains out. About a couple inches, though, a little less than a yard.
It's going to be real interesting to see
And
how
it looks like
Hart
it's gonna
responds to
be a
this.
4th and short for
Let's see if they
Hart.
go for it early or, you know, just try for a field goal. Let's see their intent. Let's see how gutsy their coach is, per
Yeah,
se.
it looks like they're setting up for a quick QB sneak right here.
And
Or
it's a
another fullback
sneak,
dive.
and it's a very successful one.
And number 10,
Again,
Ben
gaining
Rosen
more than
takes a
5
handoff
yards.
again, busting through the line to get
On
a
the
first
Apaches,
down.
25.
We're
It's gonna
seeing
be
this offensive line do a lot
spotted
of
at the
work
Apache
on this
27.
Arcadia defensive line. What's going on here?
Well, it's just what we've been talking about in the past, how there's a lot of size there, but if we're able just to stay low and be able to gain position, especially seeing how our linebackers plug the holes, we might be able to stop this. And of course, the coaches are smart, players are smart, so they'll know how to make adjustments as the game goes on. Because after all, football is just a game of adjustments.
And here we see Shroud in that shotgun you were talking about again.
And here's
it's
oh.
and a
And
read
number
option
16,
play,
Shroud
and he
keeps the
decides to
ball.
keep it, but ultimately
Pushes
no gain.
forward for maybe a yard
Yeah,
to the
so
26.
as I was
It's gonna
talking
be
about
2nd and
before,
9.
Shroud does show a
Tackled by, or
does
for
show
the
some
Apaches
signs of
that time,
nimbleness and
number
agility.
44, Jimmy
but it's
Gassner.
But so a great tackler such as Jimmy Gassner is able to make the play and able to not gain many yards, maybe about 1.
Yeah, it's interesting also that you noted that, you know, Shroud is a pro style by trade, but as you can see here, he can possess that little bit of dual threat abilities as he's not afraid to run the ball.
Yeah, let's see what he does here with the pass.
And he is hit. It's
And
picked off by
First
Rolandus
down
Whitner.
play.
I believe that is his 2nd or 3rd pick of the year. He also had a clutch play against
Intercepted by
LaSalle that
number 1,
solidified the game.
Rolandus Whitner for Arcadia.
Wow, would you look at that?
This Arcadia
Small
crowd
running
is
back, or
hyped.
small run back to the
Looking to build off his
13-yard
sophomore
line, or
season
sorry,
where he
18-yard
had
line.
39
First and 10
catches for
Arcadia.
over 300 yards, and also a couple picks and a clutch fumble recovery last season against John Muir that he took for a touchdown. Rolandus Whitner is truly building himself as an elite Division I athlete, hopefully soon to be.
And you know what's interesting, Matt? Like you said earlier, he wasn't even supposed to play this game. He has a sore foot, and here we are for him to pick that ball right off, reading the eyes of our Cal commit Shroud.
Yeah. He's a tough guy, and it really shows. And now we see Max.
Hand it off to Guerra. Here he is, still running. He's still up.
I was able to show some Eddie Lacy there by shedding off a few
And
tacklers.
that's number 17. We got Charles Guerra that time.
Now
Pick up
it's interesting to see how the Apaches will build off
Looks like
this,
7
whether
yards
they
on
want to
the
go
play,
with the quick
2nd and
slants
3.
or maybe go for something long here just to get some momentum going into the game, build a lead, and try and build on it. But we have another basic shotgun set about 5 yards back. Max being the director.
We have Daniel Rodriguez in motion, and it's a fake. Good throw, and stopped short.
Yeah, we're going to
Pass
see a
is
lot of quick
complete to
screen
number
passes like
3,
that.
Dylan Judware for the
Especially
Apaches.
Coach Maxey really likes to use
But actually
those,
taking a
and
small loss
they're
on
really
the play
effective
back to
with
the
guys who are really quick
24
and
maybe.
fast, such as
Gonna bring up a third down
DJ or
situation for
Roski.
Arcadia.
But it's third down, so let's see how they do.
Yeah, in these short down situations, I kind of want to see, Max try a read option play because, as you know, Max is a dual threat quarterback. He's very physical and he can really push to get those 3 extra yards for the first down in this instance.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very close first down. If we're able to make these third down conversions just one after another, there's no reason why we shouldn't win this game.
And here we go again, shotgun formation.
Looks like we got a false start. That one's going to be assessed against the Apaches. He's going to move them back 5 yards. And the third down, just a little bit tougher.
And there's a flag right there for the Arcadia Apaches.
Which makes this decision of what to do on this third down a little bit more difficult. But it's kind of those mental errors that Pollocky really tries to key on to make sure that we don't make many of them, especially just things that are in our control. It's important to limit those because the team that makes the least errors will win the game, obvious enough.
And here's a third and long situation.
Max is scrambling, rolling to his
right,
and
it is
And that pass is ruled incomplete.
incomplete pass by Roski. Good
Arcadia's
defense
gonna
by the
face a
Hart,
fourth
and
down.
Arcadia has to face their first punt of the game.
yeah. Let's see who's kicking it today. I know it'll be number 25, Randy
Back to
Ludwig.
punt for Arcadia.
So tell me a
We
little
have
about,
number 25, Randy Ludwig.
Randy.
and
We saw him
from the
earlier.
scene for the
We
Indians,
saw
we have
Fernando
number
earlier
22,
kicking off the
Devon
ball,
Jones.
but we see Randy here punting. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, this is sort of like an NFL type of style where you have one punter and one kicker. Usually high school offers just one kicker and one punter. But, however, both are such different types of kicking and different skill levels that it makes sense why they have 2 different ones, trying to key on what each player's best at. And let's see how he does. Randy had a couple great punts last week against Cathedral. So let's just make sure he gets some good
And
hang
it's a high
time.
snap. He needs to get away, and it's a good one.
Wow. Straight line drive.
And here's
He's looking to take it left.
number 22 and a flag.
And
comes
there's some
And
laundry on
number
the
22,
field.
Devon Jones brings it across the midfield line, but I see a couple of flags flying there at the end of that play.
Yeah, Devon Jones in his tape is known to be the main kick returner, and he's very speedy, very agile, and has a lot of jukes on his repertoire.
Yeah, let's see what the refs have to decide about this. Could be a block in the back. Hopefully it goes the other way. It's time to see Hart start making some mental mistakes that the Apaches can key on. That interception was really important as feels like we have more momentum going in right now. But it'll just be interesting.
Yeah, we're already starting much, much better than, the Cathedral game last week. We really couldn't stop Bryce Young last week, but as you see, one pick. Hopefully we can, stand our ground and let the offense do the work for most of the game this time.
Looks like that penalty is waived
Yeah,
off.
we are
Hart's gonna
definitely
start
faring much
first
better.
and 10
I mean,
from the 50-yard line.
It's really showing to see that how football is a game of adjustments because now we're starting to see some players maybe play different positions, maybe having the coaches are setting up different types of coverages, and it's already paid off as Roski had a pick.
Shot again.
right.
He's looking to throw. It's a good one.
Oh, and he
Missed tackle
slips.
by number 3, and DJ Palmer still goes.
That's number
Finally taken
3,
down.
DJ Palmer.
DJ
with the
Palmer is one
reception.
excellent receiver, and I will not be surprised if he
Gets
has at
across
least
the
a couple
40-yard
offers by the
line
end of the
down to the
season.
39.
During
First
last
and
week's
10
game against
Hart.
Downey, he was able to catch probably most likely it was about
Number
a quick 6
17
and
for the
in and just
Apaches.
took it to the house after shedding off
Guerra
a few
on that
tacklers like
tackle.
nothing. Also, we see a dual threat player, Austin Guerra, who's also our key running back, and it's just incredible to see how talented he is, roaming the field, doing all he can.
Yeah, we see him at that defensive end position. Here he goes.
and we see
Shroud
it,
running left, throws it again. Wide open receiver.
and he finds some Swiss cheese in the defense.
And that's number
That's
6 for
number 6,
Hart.
Michael.
Uribe,
And that's a
Uribe with a
touchdown.
touchdown.
getting his way into the end
You know
zone.
So Hart strikes first, 6-0. What went wrong right there?
It could just be a blown coverage, maybe not communicating enough. Usually those things are just come down to communication. If a quarterback is able to find the soft spot that easily, there has to be something wrong communicating-wise. It's not all just physical all the time. So let's see how the coaches make an adjustment. It's only 6 right now. Most likely the extra point will be made, but there could be some trickery here.
And here's their kicker, Aaron Rodriguez, getting ready for the kick.
Basic snap, and
It's good.
it is good.
And
7-0 Hart.
Hart up 7-0.
Maybe 7-0 early in the game, but this is nothing the Apaches can't come back from. I mean, last year, especially, we've noticed that we struggled a little bit earlier in the games, and we were able to come back. And we had played very well last season coming back. And so it just shows that if we're able to come back, it makes the team stronger and builds that chemistry that is so important in those playoff games where we need those extra, where we just need something extra.
Yeah, like you said, this Arcadia team from last year likes to come from behind. They like to be inspired to, you know, have some motivation to take the win. Although they may start a little bit sluggishly, we've seen time and time again that where they just come back firing with a lot of energy.
Yeah, exactly. And we have two kick returners back there. We have DJ and Roski, both very fast, very elusive, really have the shake and bake.
And Roski, as you remember, against LaSalle, took it back not only once, but twice on kick returns. So let's see if he can replicate the same thing here.
Yeah, he's a very elusive player.
And Roski fumbles the
kick,
but luckily
he's
back. He recovers it, and Arcadia gets it back at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he was able to make a smooth recovery. There was no Deshaun Jackson right there, but he was able to get it, and it's at the 20-yard line. So the Apaches' position where they're starting off is really nothing horrible. It's something workable, and we're just going to have to see how the Apaches deal with being down 7-0. Obviously, this is nothing big for the Apaches, as they probably dealt with much worse.
And for the second series, we see AJ, or Andre Lewis, transfer student coming from Locke, I believe, and let's see how we can use him. He was one of the few players that stood out in the Cathedral game last week. And it's a read option here by Max. Doesn't gain much, but it's a nice combination to see. A little bit of variety in the offensive styles.
Yeah, I agree. It's important to switch it up as you're not doing the same thing every time and just making the adjustments to what the defense is doing. It's really frustrating seeing the same mistakes being made over and over. So the coaches are just trying to key on doing different combinations, whether it's formations or plays or just switching players in and out. So we're trying to see if they're going to go more to a run attack or pass attack. As last week, we had to use more of a pass attack because we were down very early in the game and trying to play catch up. So let's just see if we're able to establish something.
And here's Max with a pass here. And he is taken down for a sack.
Yeah, swallowed a hole by the big Hart defensive line. So it's just as big as their offensive line is. Defensive line is much bigger and even probably faster.
Yeah, many of the players on the offensive line are also playing on the defensive line. So you can see, you know, their big size and also mobility for being so big.
Yeah, what we're seeing is a big defensive line, but it looks like they're much more thin and nimble than the offensive line. And the defensive ends are really getting to Max quick. And so it's just important for the Arcadia High School offensive line to be able to stop the bull rush. And he's looking to pass.
Looking to throw.
And it's caught. He's looking to cross the field.
To AJ, and he is taken down short of the first down marker.
It looks like we'll have to punt again. Another unsuccessful drive. And you know what? It's just something we have to build on.
Number 4, Andre Lewis for the Apaches. Picking up about 4 or 5 yards.
And you see Randy Ludwig, number 25, punting again.
Yeah, it's actually good to see the offense try new things compared to last week. Last week, we, like you said, we were forced to, you know, throw the ball more, but you can see here we're looking to throw, we're looking to read option with Max, we're looking to run the ball, so it's a little bit better and adds to our trickery, I guess.
Yeah, let's just see what Randy does right here.
It's a high kick.
Oh, and we see a little bit of a
bad
dirty play.
bounce.
Kind of goes the opposite of what the opposite direction of what the Apaches wanted, but just one of those things you have to deal with. It's just unlucky. Nothing you can do about it. And let's just see what this Hart offense does. Still led by JT Shrout and especially DJ Palmer, who's already made a big difference in the game. And we actually have a couple multi-sport athletes on here, as Michael Uribe also plays basketball and baseball. So this team is really full of athletes. We're seeing a basic 5 set on the offensive line, 4 wide receivers, 2 double set on each side, and shotgun with the running back
Here's
going in.
Shroud looking for, and that is an incomplete pass. Very, very close to being a backwards pass, which could be, you know, picking up by an Arcadia player and ran all the way back.
Yeah, so one thing that it's important to note is that not only is the offensive line of Hart big, but they're also very fast. So one thing a lot of offensive coordinators like to do if they have a fast offensive line is that they make them swing around just with the running back and give the running back, or whoever's catching the screen pass, some blockers so they have some leads. And here we have a triple set, or a triple wide receiver set on the left side.
Seems like Shroud is looking it up on that left side, ready to pass it.
Just some
And
quick
he
slants,
sees,
and
that is a huge hit, and a flag comes in.
oh, we see Laundry, but oh my God, he's not getting up anytime soon.
That was a hit on their star player, DJ Palmer. Sends a message not to, you know, catch a high floating ball and get away with it.
Wow, let's hope he's okay.
Let's see the instant replay on this, and
And
here we go. Wow, that is a huge hit.
wow, it appears that is a legal hit, however. It appears he did lead with the shoulder, but wow, he is definitely feeling that one tomorrow.
And he is still down. That was, I could even hear the hit from here, Matt.
Wow. I mean, you know what the worst part about it is? You could see it coming. I mean, as soon as he was crossing over the middle, some of these receivers have to be ready to take a hit. Such as the LaSalle game, we saw one of our own teammates, DJ, take a really big hit on his quick slant route, and it just shows you that these receivers have to be fearless. However, he is walking, and it is good to see he's doing all right. I'll be shocked if he returns, because I even felt that one.
Yeah. It's never good to see, you know, a fellow player on the other team even get hurt, because, you know, it's a non-league match. You don't really want to see injuries before the regular season, and, you know, just as to the...
And, well, one thing we could see here is the refs eject Roski as because it could be a intended hit to injure him. So anything where the refs feel like he is trying to injure another player without being clean about it, usually it's head-to-head, or usually spearing, as they call it, Roski might not return.
Yeah, he looks very frustrated on the sideline. I think he might have been ejected for, you know, as he said, spearing or targeting, as they call it.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, targeting.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
oh boy, that is not one happy camper. That's really just a poor call. I mean, these refs are volunteer and everything, but wow, that's a clean football hit.
If there's any, you know, compensation, that can add it as a highlight reel. You know, that was a very, very impressive hit actually, and it, even though it might not be, you know, legal in high school, it could be legal in college.
Yeah, I mean, when I said that Roski was really trying to build off his sophomore breakout, he really is. I mean, he really is playing with everything he has. And the fans are asking for a replay, so let's see if our crew gives it to us, because that's what the fans want right now. But even Pollocky looks very upset, as he's been discussing with them for a while now. But it's just important right now for any retaliation reasons to just keep the tempers low and just keep it calm.
This is going to be a huge loss for us. You know, Roshi, although the injury, huge plays already. You saw that pick early and that big hit to, you know, prevent that potential first down. But as we see here, it seems that he's gone.
Yeah, taking off the shoulder pads, looks like Roski is done for the game. It's been ejected. This is a huge loss for the Apaches, and it's plainly just unfair. I'm sorry, I just don't agree.
Looks like our coach is trying to, you know, hype up the defense, just avoid, you know, any potential like rifts or retaliation that could further complicate things. So that's a good move by our DC.
Yeah, as the fans are telling the refs to see a replay, sadly enough that even though we have it, it doesn't really change the call, as high school is just not advanced enough to look at that. But, oh well, football lives on. It's part of the sport. Hope DJ Palmer's okay. Hopefully he's able to return. But yeah, you'll definitely see that on Roski's highlight tape at the end of the year.
And now we see the Hart offense come back to the field.
All right, let's just make sure there's no cheap hits or anything bad. Oh, we already see some laundry already. See what this is. Could be on Pollocky as he's been on the field and chatting a little too much with the refs. Is that a delay game? Or is it going forward? Yep, I think it was maybe could have been a flag on one of our coaches for being on the field. Maybe a couple four-letter words.
I already see the football being moved even further. So instead of starting at the 30-yard line, we see Hart starting in the first and goal territory.
So it went from one of the biggest hits we've seen all year, which occurred around the 30-yard, which occurred around like the 20-yard line. Now we see them all the way up at the 5 and looking to score. So this is just one of those mental mistakes we were talking about. But I really just don't agree with the call.
Yeah, it seemed like a good hit, but nothing we can do. It was kind of high, and we saw DJ Palmer laid out there, not sure if he's going to return. So, in all fairness, the refs have, I guess, the right to make that call. But let's see how Arcadia can respond. Maybe we can get a stop here and force a field goal.
Last year, I don't know if you Apache fans saw, but DeMarco Moore made one of the biggest hits I've ever seen. I mean, even in the stands, you heard it against Glendora, and it even seemed like that hit was higher than this one. So every ref is different. As years go on, football gets much more safer and much more less lenient with all the hits.
The High School Extra Point Club would like to thank the local businesses and restaurants that have sponsored the Apache football program. Please take a look at the banners hung at the top of the
And it's about now 3 to 4 minutes since our last play, and we are finally seeing, the players getting back on the field and, playing ball, because that's what they should be doing.
$1 from each.
You know what, Apache fans, just look to see what Roski does next week. He's the worst thing you could do is just make him angry.
Following a series of penalties, it is first.
Oh, they're going straight to the line, looking for a quick sneak here.
And it's a fullback run.
Another fullback sneak.
Not sure if he got it, but it's very, very close to the goal line.
Yeah, it didn't look like he got it. He's about the second or third yard line. And we've really seen these fullback sneaks, which I'm trying to feel that they're trying to expose our defensive line, but it seems like we're holding up.
Yeah, it's a very simple play, actually. They just open a little gap with their huge offensive line, and just that fullback can just sneak through that little hole and get an easy 5 yards.
And another similar formation just on the opposite side. And we're stopping it, and he's squibbed right through.
Ben Rosen with the 3-yard gain and touchdown Hart.
We're already down to a quick 14-0 lead, but wow, the spirit the Apache is showing is much better than last week. It's really evident right now, and you can just see that all the players are fired up. That Roski hit could be the energy that the Apaches needed.
Yeah, definitely. This is a lot more exciting, a lot more enthusiastic, and you can see our players just a lot more keeping their heads up. We definitely do have a chance in this game. We're only down 2 scores, and it's
welcome to Pakistan.
That is blocked by the Arcadia Apache, so that is going to be a momentum booster.
Yeah, I wasn't able to see whose hand that was. But wow, you know what? It's really funny how those little plays like that are just going to show up in the end of the game where it comes down to the nitty-gritties.
Yeah.
As I've just heard from one of the CIF people that Roski will not be able to play next week. So
yeah, that illegal hit, carries on to the next game. So he will unfortunately have to sit out for our league opener. But as we saw, we have a lot of players that can fill his shoes, such as DJ and
Artist
handler. Number 3,
name it.
Dylan Jugware, and
yeah, I mean,
6,
maybe we were a little too hard on the refs at first when we first saw the replay, but they do have a right to call that, even though it may be unfortunate for us. But let's just see who's going to return it now. I believe that's Artist Candler out there instead of Roski. Yeah, so
and it's a squib kick.
And
picked up
by Cesar Haro. He's looking to take it. Oh, and he meets a wall of defenders.
Very good gain, actually, for a squib kick. Here we are at the, we start at the 30-yard line. Maybe better field position. We can get, more chance of a gain and potentially points on the board.
Yeah, and it's also to point out how we did defer at the beginning of the game. So now all we have to do is just build up. Maybe if we're even a couple scores down by halftime, there's no saying that we're out of this.
Yeah,
by
definitely.
far.
Even if we, maintain a two possession deficit,
Yeah, definitely.
definitely just one score like that and possibly a pick, and this game will turn around instantly.
Let's just see what Coach Maxey calls up, or
And here's Max
other
with the
offensive
run
coordinators.
to Guerra, and it's a short gain.
yeah, he kind of just
I
is in
believe
a
that's
pit
number
of
17,
defenders.
Austin
But you
Garrett
know what? They're
carrying the
trying
ball
something
up
different,
to
and I
the
respect that from the
33-yard
coaching
line.
staff. You know, you really
Picking
have
up
to try
2 on the
everything and
play.
to
It'll
see
bring
what
up
works.
2nd and
There's
8
no
for the
one.
Apaches.
There's no one right formula, but it takes a while to get to that one right play, and all we need is one big spark plug. You know, we get a really big deep bomb here, maybe on a play action, get a pick or force a 3 and out on defense next possession, and we're right in.
And here we have a 2nd and 7. Actually, decent yardage by Guerra, and here we are, another shotgun formation. Let's see what Max is going to do. A run, looks like possibly a pass here,
Yeah, maybe a read option.
and it's a play action. Good pass,
Ooh, and he slips.
and he slips it through,
Oh,
and here he
and
goes.
he is going. Wow. Down
Great
to the
game.
40. Wow.
Now into the
For the Apaches.
Hart territory, and here we go. Our
He
crowd
made
is
it seem
loving
like-
it.
Yeah, it made it seem like his body was wrapped in canola oil.
Down to the 42
Wow,
yard
that
line.
was crazy.
That was a very elusive play. Like you said, canola oil, they couldn't even touch him there.
No,
Spins
he
away.
was slipping and sloping away. So that's what we're talking about. Is just trying different things. We noticed that maybe the read option wasn't working as well, so we just went to a play action. Little different formation here as we see.
Seems like a pro style
Yeah,
formation here.
definitely. We see more of a classic I back with a fullback and a tailback.
And we see DJ in the roasty role right here, and it's a run.
And let's see what he does.
Not a game of much. This, to be fair, this Hart defensive line has been rock solid, not allowing much, runs and, not many holes for, Austin Guerra to slip through.
And I can't believe we haven't mentioned C.J. McMullen, Northern Arizona University commit, who was the player of the game last week against Downey, even though they lost. And he really knows how to stop the run. He's
Yeah, you
really
can-
elusive and has a really nice bull rush.
You can see him on the top side of the screen, number 43. He is, as he's a Northern Arizona commit, defensive one quality, and he's just a player that knows how to make tackles, knows how to be in the right place at the right time, and is like, I guess, the marshal of this defense.
Yeah, he really is the one calling out everything. And so we have,
And here's a
it's a
read
play
option.
Yeah, it's a read option. Let's see what
By
Max does.
and he stopped short.
And
Max Davilo
That is
throws
number
the
2.
ball
and we see some
outside.
laundry. Let's see what it is.
Let's see what it
you know,
is.
I was talking about before the retaliation, especially after what happened with the whole Roski hit. So let's see what it is.
And we can see in the replay,
Ooh.
Max running. And a
looks
good
like it might be on
tackle
us.
right there.
Yeah, it was a
number
really
2.
great tackle. Very clean. But it looks like it was us. Maybe there was a holding call. It kind of fell on top of him. Could have been just one of those awkward plays.
Yeah, so instead of a 2nd and 9, we were pushed all the way back to a 2nd and 19.
And we
A
see
little bit of a momentum killer, but
Yeah.
I'm sure a pass play here could just erase that deficit just as easily.
Yeah, we see some new players enter the game, such as Jimmy Gassner. Usually is a tight end, really good blocker on the outside.
Personal foul against Arcadia and a personal foul against Hart, offsetting penalties.
Yeah, so we just see how if there's a penalty on the offense and defense, no matter what it is, they just offset.
Looks like a
And
replay of 2nd down, maybe.
Yeah,
and
so-
that's now 2nd and 11.
so it's 2nd and 11 now. All right, and now we go back to our normal shotgun set with one
Let's see
running
what
back.
Max does.
He's
He
looking
looks
for a
to
screen
it's a
pass.
screen pass.
And
it's blocked
that was
off.
close. He was
Pass
looking
intended
for
for number
DJ
3,
right there.
Jedware of the Apaches. Goes incomplete.
But you know what? They're trying something new. We actually saw one of those screen passes work, which was last week to Jake Metters, who actually ran a Cathedral defender over on the play. So they're really trying different things. Not all the screen passes going to the running backs and the wide receivers.
Yeah, I
It's
really
3rd and
I
11
really
from
like
the
the
same spot,
screen
ball
passes
at
we
the
saw in the
43
LaSalle
yard
game. I
line.
don't know if you remember. Roski just, took it for major yardage when he got a little bit of light. And I'm pretty sure DJ is just as capable of getting big yardage on those screen plays if he's given the opportunity.
Yeah. See, that's one of the great things about this Arcadia High offense is that there's actually a lot of depth to this, where if one guy goes down, he has a teammate to pick him back up. So let's just see what Max
3rd
does
and long
right
for
here.
Max. Looks to throw.
And
Steps
he's
up in the
scrambling.
pocket. He gets away.
Ooh,
There's a
and
man
there's something.
open. Oh, just broken
and
up
that
at
is
the
a
end.
Close one.
Wow,
And
that
the
is
pass to Bucky
very
was
close.
gonna be
That
on
would
the
have been a
money, but
touchdown right there by
hand is
DJ, but
gotten in there
you know,
by
number
28, Jack McBride of Hart.
Jack
knocked it
McBride,
away
number
at the last
28,
second,
just
bringing up a
knocks it
fourth
away
down
with his
situation
helmet, I
for
believe.
Arcadia.
Lucky play, and
know-
that just shows that Arcadia could just easily be in the game with that play.
Yeah, some of those opportunities we just didn't have last week against Cathedral, and so it really goes back to what we were saying, how we really just have enough depth to keep up, to make up for injuries and players just not being able to play. But yeah, we just see that some things are able to
And
happen.
here we see that we might be going it on a 4th down, but don't be surprised if Randy just kicks it away here.
Or Max kicks it away as he
Max,
did last week.
sorry.
And he does.
He does.
Used by
It's
USC
a decent
lot.
one.
And it takes an Apache's bounce.
Yep.
And it's rolling
Very,
and rolling.
very good punt.
Wow, look at that.
And a quick
That's a
kick
beauty if
goes
I
with
ever
an
saw one.
advantageous roll for the Apaches down to
the
the
2-yard line.
Yeah, 2-yard
First
line.
and goal
See, it's
for
one of the
the
strategies
Indians
that
with their
teams like
back
to use
against the end
because
zone.
if they have it, because the defense is obviously not expecting it, and they just really have to kind of roll with it.
And then there's no, you know, kick returner that could potentially run it back, so this is just the perfect scenario here.
Yeah, exactly. So let's just see what this Apache defense does. I was actually very impressed with their last drive. Even though they gave up a touchdown, it looked like they were playing much better, and hopefully that Roski hit fired them up.
Yeah, maybe pin him back. They're in very bad field position,
Yeah.
so maybe we can see a safety or maybe
Yeah.
a pick here with the pressure.
Yeah, you might see an Apache's defensive line have help from their middle and outside linebackers, as they might just crowd the middle. And so if there is any type of sneak, then they really stop it. And we see a sneak.
It's a fullback sneak yet again. This offensive line,
Hand off at the
they
middle.
just love
That's
calling
about a
this
yard
play
or two.
because
It's
you
gonna
know
be
that
second and
little
long, and we got a
hole is
flag
just
at the
enough
end
for
of
the
the
fullback,
play.
and it prevents the safety.
But it is going
Yeah.
to bring the first
And-
quarter to an
We
end.
see some laundry on the field. Really hard to tell what happened. It's really just a mush of guys. But Hart is pretty much using one of their advantages, which is a big offensive line.
And that is the end of the first quarter. So, Matt, what do you think about the first quarter? Any takeaways?
I think we're doing much better than last week. It really seems like the crowd is into it. All the players are really into it. And even though we kind of suffered an unfortunate event with Roski being ejected for an illegal hit, or spearing as they call it, it looks like the players are just in much better shape than they were before. It feels like everybody's keeping their head up. And even though we mentioned some of those key injuries, it looks like they're making up for it. So imagine what we can do with a full healthy roster by the end of the time when CIF comes around.
Yeah, definitely. The way they're playing right now, it doesn't really seem that they're missing any key players. It seems like, you know, very, very good Arcadia team holding their own.
Yeah, I feel like especially towards the end of last week, we saw a lot of players perhaps maybe arguing or
Personal
on
foul
the
on
bench with their heads
Arcadia.
down.
That should be a 15-yard
And wow, that's definitely going to hurt
penalty
us.
from the spot of the foul.
Another personal foul. It seems
or
that
on to the end of the
our
play. Either
players
way, it's going to end up
need to be a little
resulting
bit
in
more
a first
disciplined.
down
That's
for
a-
Hart.
that's the second
They're
personal
going to
foul
change
of
ends,
the
and
first quarter.
Hart will be on the other
Yeah,
side.
that
First and 10.
that really hurts us. You know, it's just those mental mistakes. But especially as I've played football in the past, it's really hard to control your emotions sometimes when the game is just riveting and it really just gets the best of you. You're just so hyped up and so intense.
And everybody pay attention. It's cheer day.
And the second quarter is about to kick off here with both teams back on the field.
And we see a
Shroud.
quick play action. He's looking.
And it's a drop. It's a drop by number 2, Michael Conangelo.
Yeah, that could
Going to
have
bring
gone
up
for a
second
big
and
game.
10 from the same
But
spot.
you know what? It's just one of those mistakes we have to key on. The throw from Shrew was a little behind him, which kind of puts him at an awkward angle. But see, one thing we have to realize is that with those awkward throws where the receiver has to change positions, it opens us up for a pick or someone to just make a big play on the ball, whether it's another big hit that fires the team up. Because that's really what fires this Apache defense up. Those big hits, especially from Jake Metters. That kid knows how to lay the hit.
Here's Shroud again, looking to pass here.
And
He sees a man open. And did he get his feet down? No, he did not, says the referee.
No catch on the
You know,
far side. It's
he
gonna
might
bring
not
up
have got
third
his
and
feet
10.
in,
Ball
but
still
wow,
flying
he
up
was
the
really
19.
close to tiptoeing there and really climbed the ladder.
Very, very good catch. And you see that pinpoint accuracy of Shroud. Like, that is a Division I quality pass, and we're seeing it before our eyes.
Yeah, it's no kidding why he's committed to UC Berkeley. He's obviously shown that. But you know what? This Apache defense is really showing that he's just like another average quarterback. However, we're starting to see that Hart is starting to settle into their normal offense, which after looking at their highlights against Downey, he really prefers shotgun formation with
And
maybe
throwing the
double
ball.
sets. Yeah, just throwing the ball,
And
having
here
a
it is again.
receiver there blocking him.
And he looks
And-
at throw.
Wow, that's some bad miscommunication.
Miscommunication right there. Very, very good coverage by Arcadia defense.
Yeah.
Forces the first 3 and out
There
of
we
the
go.
game.
So it really showed that personal foul didn't mean anything. And he was throwing to Candler Island out there, so you better be careful. And let's see who's returning. And I believe this is Deontay, who is, I'm pretty sure this is his first game of the year. So let's see if he's able to take it back. From what I've heard from the players is that he's very, very nimble and really knows how to put the shake and bake on.
Yeah, almost like a even more agile Roski.
Yeah, could be similar to like a Deshaun Jackson in his heyday. So let's just see what he does. Normal snap.
Here's Alex Rodriguez
Gets it
with the
off.
kick, and it's
And
a decent one.
It's rolling his way.
Rolling,
Oh,
and it takes a bad bounce for
yeah.
Hart, and a good one
It's
for
a
the
good one for
Apache.
Arcadia. It's funny to see how that works. So, you know what? It's just one of those parts of football how it shows that we kind of got unlucky on a punt, on a punt rolling the other way for us, and now it rolls in our favor.
Yep, reverse karma, as they call it.
Yeah, that's what this game of football is full of. So really, you know what? I feel this is the most important possession of the game so far. I mean, really, any score right here, even if it's just a quick Fernando field goal and they get it down, it shows that this defense is beatable and they have soft spots.
Yeah, definitely. We're starting off in great position. We're starting off in midfield, which we haven't done all night. And maybe 20, 30 yards will be fine for a field goal. And, you know, putting points on the board for the first time in 2 weeks will be very, very confidence boosting. And we'll just push the momentum and see if we can, you know, pull off the upset.
Yeah, definitely. We see a normal one running back.
Here's
Or,
Max
yeah,
with
one running back.
number 8,
And
Deontay.
That's Deontay, who I was
For
just
a
talking
quick
about.
first down.
See, it shows that there are soft spots. This could be a Swiss cheese defense.
Hard territory, picking up a first down.
First strike
Number 9 on
pass
the
right there,
practice
and
squad.
quick first down.
Hart
And as we see, moving the chains.
Yeah, it seemed like he was just running a quick, skinny post there, and was able to make a really good grab. Let's see if he's used more on this offensive drive.
First down.
See, now this is where the Apaches are comfortable. They're starting rolling, using their normal.
Yeah, very fast paced.
Yeah. I mean, not much of a huddle. It's kind of like a classic Oregon type of offense. Play action,
And here's Max.
slant, and wow, look at that catch.
Very, very good catch.
Wow.
To the ruling.
And
I believe that is number 3, DJ.
wow.
As you can see in the replay right here, passes it, makes a one-on-one catch right there. Number 2, Michael Colangelo, just trying to rip that away, but you know, strong hands by DJ and just reels it in.
Yeah, that could show you there's a lot of work in the off-season to do with that, just building strength. DJ's already a fast guy, but one of the points he had to work on was strength, and it really shows right there. He's able to rip it out, and now we're setting us up for good field position.
Yeah,
Let's see what Max does.
Still
Maybe-
very fast.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's a layoff to
here's
Guerrero.
run,
It's he runs into a wall right there, and again, this defensive line, very, very solid. Seems that
Too
good.
Number 54, Vic Gordon of the Indians. And on the tackle, ball spotted at 33, 35. Yeah.
All right, so let's see what Arcadia does here on this 3rd and 5. You know, we've really seen that run up the middle in the shotgun position is not working, and we're probably gonna see less of that. And
Here's
we
the
have
snap.
a quick out.
He gets
And
away
Max is
and
scrambling. Hopefully he can throw it away, but
oh,
he's
he's
swallowed whole by that Hart defense.
again this defensive line just proving tenacious. Even in a second and short situation, they are able to push Arcadia back and potentially force a punt here.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Great field position, but you know, what can you do?
Yeah, you know what? It's really disappointing seeing that the drive went nowhere because I feel like we just have all this momentum going into it. But if we don't use this momentum to our advantage soon enough, then it's not going to be a successful game.
We can still, you know, carry this momentum, however, as, you know, a good punt by Randy pins them back again and forces another 3 and out, slowing the offensive rhythm. Because, you know, as we both know from the scouting report, the offense is where Hart gets their big money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, JT Schrute, I don't know if DJ Palmer has been back in the game, but here's a nice punt. Maybe it booted a little
Very
too
nice
far.
punt.
He's returning it.
Oh,
Let's see what
missed
he does.
tackle.
Oh, and he's brought down.
That's
That's what we wanted to see.
Booming punt by Randy, pins him back in the 10-yard line. And let's hope for another 3 and out here.
We see Alex Kelleher and Austin Guerra right there. Those guys really have been playing the whole game so far. It's important to get them some oxygen, some rest, but these guys are doing whatever it takes. They know how important this is. This
ball spotted out the 6-yard line.
spotted at the 6-yard line. Hart offense has about 94 yards to go. We see a quick sub in for the Apaches. They're still using a basic 4-3 offense with defensive ends on each side. He's rolling. Oh, and he goes down.
Almost
like
a
ton of bricks.
safety right there.
Wow, that was close. But in order for it to be a safety, all parts of the ball has to be in the end zone. Even if an inch of the ball is on the line. And on the replay,
We can
it's hard to see.
Not really sure.
Is that AJ?
That
believe
might
is
be AJ right there.
Wow.
Very fast. Even though he's a running back, you can see his versatility right here, coming outside from the edge and just swooping in, taking down the Cal commit.
I mean, one thing we see AJ use besides a basic bull rush, it's just kind of the classic swim move where he really, as straightforward as it is, really swims in there, and we see a run, and it's just not going anywhere. Or, yeah, it's really.
He somehow escapes.
Wow. Mark, never mind. Excuse my words.
Do
you know what? This defense really knows how to stop. One of the mental errors I've been talking about includes the just missed tackles. And there we showed, there the running back showed a little bit of elusiveness. There's those types of plays like that are something the Apaches can fix.
Yeah, it seems that the Apaches, their only flaw on defense is containing Ben Rosen. He's a very big running back, 5'11", 210 pounds. So that just built strength is just hard for the Apaches to bring down so far, and maybe a little bit of an adjustment may help down the line.
And we see some movement followed by some laundry. Hopefully that wasn't Arcadia jumping.
Seems that Arcadia is clapping here and
might be going in our way. Let's see what it is.
False start on the offense.
Difficult to see who it was. Definitely could have been the guard, number 52. Kind of hard to see who it was. There's so much movement going on. It was kind of quick in an instant. But that really hurts them. So now it's 3rd and 11. When it seemed before it was third and manageable, now they're kind of in a difficult spot. And so we followed this up by quarterback, a nice shotgun, double set on each side.
And here's
quick
rolling
snap.
back.
Let's see what Schrute does. He's looking.
He throws
and
it.
That is
just through the hands of number 22,
wow.
Alex Williams.
Now that could have been something.
That could have been a very big pick right there.
For number 2,
But
Yeah.
number 2, Michael Colangelo does a good job, forcing Alex not to catch that ball
Yeah.
and preventing the pick.
I mean, Alex Williams really has a great story. Last year against Monrovia,
Yeah, right through his hands.
he had a horrible knee injury that sidelined him for, I believe, the rest of the year. And the Monrovia game was, I believe, week 2. And it's really incredible to see how he was able to come back and be a part of this team again. So good for you, Alex. Great to see that. And let's see what Deontay can do on this punt return.
Well, let's see if we can
He's
block
backed up.
this.
He might. And it's mile high. Goes above the lights. And
it takes Hart bounce, and wow, that's a very impressive punt by Hart. Actually.
Yeah, we see a little bit of chippiness, but it's nothing too big. It's kind of understandable. This is a game of toughness. Wow, you know what? I'm really looking forward to see how the offensive coordinator is going to use Deontay right now. Let's see if they could use possibly a screen pass, maybe have some wildcat, like some throwback Miami Dolphins.
Maybe I haven't really seen this Arcadia football offense use any trick plays. Hopefully, sometime in the future, we'll see some of them do that, or maybe they're saving that for the regular season. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Why not? We're coming into this game. We are not supposed to win. Everybody labeled us out. Going into LaSalle, we were not supposed to win. Look what we did there. So it's really important to see how we're able to just defeat the naysayers. But in the end, the naysayers don't define us. Our Apaches define us. How we play defines us as well.
Here's a handoff to AJ. It's a fake.
It's a fake.
He gets it away. Good pass.
Wow. All right, there we go. See, it's just quick plays like that. Coach Maxey, after being the new offensive coordinator here for, I believe, this is his about third year coaching, really likes to switch it up. He doesn't go with normally you'd see just a basic run there, but seeing how close the linebackers are playing to the line, the coaches are noticing that they're able to stop the run, and so now they're kind of baiting them to those quick open routes. So if we're able to at least get a score here before the half ends, which is going to be in about 6 minutes and 25 seconds, we're going into the half down by 1 possession. Nobody would have been expecting that.
Second and short.
And it's another play action.
It's a slant route. Ooh, and it is actually a big hit on the right there. Good coverage by number 2, Michael Colangelo. I seem to be saying his name every other play.
Yeah, you know what? He's really sitting on his island there, but you kind of just gotta. Max sees something probably. I mean, but wow, that was a big hit on DJ. But DJ's a tough guy against LaSalle. Took a huge hit and bounced right back up, and it really shows how these Apaches are playing much better and much tougher than they were last week.
And now in this pivotal third down, we see the crowd trying to pump up our Apaches.
Well, I think they're saying a "Let's go Dodgers," so let's not pay attention to what the crowd's doing.
Here's another
here's
throw.
here's a slant.
And it's a big!
That is Deontay.
Wow.
He jumps up to catch that high ball, and he does it with such ease, actually. Great route right there.
I mean, it appears he's only about 5'6", 5'7", but see, it's kind of like a Darren Sproles type, where they're able to be where they're able to use their size to advantage by being much more quick.
We can see that right there. He just launches up, even though he's not as tall. He just snatches it from the air and just ultimately,
Yeah, with how fast he is, a quick double move against number 9, put them in the end zone. And we see.
And here's another read option by Max. Here he
goes.
goes.
He takes it.
And he.
Woo! That's what I like to see.
He hurdles for the first down. Great play.
You know what? Max is probably one of the toughest players on this team. Injuries just do not affect him. Coaches like to say there's a difference between being hurt and injured and knowing what's what, and Max doesn't care about either of those. He'll play either way.
Yeah, I believe he does. He's never had an injury during his Arcadia high school career.
Actually, during last year, unfortunately enough, he suffered a really bad concussion that sidelined him. But thankfully, he's able to recover. But that's one of the dangerous sides of the sport. But, it's just one of those things you have to deal with. However, let's see what these Apaches do on the second down. And it's a run. Switching directions.
AJ.
Some shake and bake.
Powers for the first down.
See, that's one of our new players this year, and it's incredible to see how much of a difference he's already making. You see some headgear fly loose.
I believe that forces him to sit out for one play.
Yeah, that is true. He does have to sit out for one play.
But we can see right here, AJ finds that hole.
Wow.
Takes the hit, but still gets an extra 1 or 2 yards.
It looks
He's
like
very physical.
It looks like the linebacker took most of the hit there. Yeah, see, there's one thing people don't realize is that there's so many different types of a solid football player, especially on skill-wise. So you could have a guy who's very quick and nimble, such as a Roski, DJ, or Deontay, or you can have more of a power back who's not as fast, but is able to use power and run people over, such as a Deontay. And it seems like the coaches are really liking Deontay here, especially with Max in the shotgun. Maybe they have some great chemistry over the summer that they got
fumble snap, and Max still gets it for positive yardage. Great heads-up play by Max.
Fumble Ruski on the play, but you know what? That just shows how composed we are right now. We're able to be a quick slip up like that. We're able to recover. You know what? Some of those things just happen. We have to deal with them.
And another thing to note is that the Hart defensive line seems to be shaken up. You can see number 21 lipping away, and it seems that the pace we are going right now, they are not comfortable with.
Yeah, well, there's always pros and cons to having a big offensive line. Is that our Apaches may be smaller, but they're also much more athletic.
Here's a read option, and he fools the whole defense.
He
There
can
goes
take it.
Max.
He can take it. He will go all the way. That is it.
Oh, the ball was on the ground.
He reels him down on the one, but I really thought he was going all the way here.
Yeah, I believe he's just short, but he takes it all the way, fooling almost the whole entire defense.
The ref spots it down, which is what he was doing with his fist. So he's showing that the play was
That's
over.
a first
before the
down,
ball came out.
Apaches, right on the goal
I
line.
believe that was a
That
touchdown.
ball was ruled
Wow,
down.
see, with only 3 minutes and 46 seconds left, the Apaches are looking to key in on this.
Yeah, seems that our coach, one play it might take is just like a QB sneak or like, you know, fullback sneak. Just something that just powers it in and just punches it in.
Talking about karma, you know, you might have to use a taste of their own medicine. So we're actually lined up with 2-back set.
And
Max
it's a
is trying
QB
to-
sneak.
Is he in? I don't know if he was able to get in. Max is a solid, like 6'2", 180. So some plays like that where he has to sneak in and use his body, you know, that's one of the advantages of having a big quarterback like that. Just all he really has to do is get his players behind him.
Yeah, and the thing I really like about him, even though he's that big, as you said, he's very agile, as you saw in that last play.
Yeah, exactly. He knows what he's doing out there.
He has a lot of things in his repertoire. He can throw, he can even juke out people, as we saw, and he can just hold on to the ball with ease.
Coming last season, the Apache fans don't realize that he only had about 2 weeks to know this offense, and now we can see what he does. And it's a touchdown! That's what I like to see. It is now 13-6. Let's go, Apaches.
The crowd is absolutely pumped up.
This is what we like to see. This is Arcadia High football. This is what we've been waiting for.
Much better compared to the offense we saw last week.
And you even see some glitter being flown around in the stands. Our crowd is into it. The players are into it. It really feels like we're all pulling in the same direction right here.
And here's Randy for the PAT.
And we have our classic Randy chant going from our student section. And let's see what he does here. He's lining up. And
Snaps
the snap
the ball.
is good, and it is good.
That's a
It is
good kick.
13-7.
And the extra
Hart
point is
still
no
in the lead,
good.
but the
No
Apaches
good
have so
off
much
the
momentum
right.
carried into this. There's no way that this upset won't happen.
Yeah, this momentum, Arcadia should continue this momentum, maybe get another stop here on the defense, and one more shot before the half. And as we notice here, Hart missed that PAT, and that could come back to bite him.
You know, they say baseball's a game of inches, and I believe football is the same way, where football is a game of small mistakes. Happening in the crowd. You hear some boos. Hopefully it's not at our Apaches. See, this is what high school football is all about. Friday nights, enjoying it with your friends, and family.
Hear the cheerleaders, hear the band in the corner playing. We'll have a halftime performance. This is just a very good environment, and we encourage all of you guys, you know, that at least check out one game a season. This is one of the best moments to be as a high schooler.
Yeah, exactly. You know, this just really is part of the whole high school experience. Even if you're not into sports, even though we would like to have you tune in on APN, it's really important to just come, watch a game, and just enjoy it.
And here's Randy that actually seems to be kicking it off here. They're not using Murillo.
Yeah, so let's see what he does here, whether they use a squib or try and kick it or just try and boot it as far as they can.
With Randy, he has a lot of power, so I'm expecting a big boot. And there, a good, decent kick.
Hit it about to the 8-yard line. He's looking to return. He's gaining momentum, and he is brought down, killing all momentum.
Devon Jones on the return brings the ball up to the
Devon Jones really didn't have much of a
and that's a stop by Jimmy Gassner right there. Very good.
He's about at the 26-yard line, almost close to the 2-minute drill. However, it is high school football, so we don't have official 2-minute drill, but that's kind of the time where coaches start using a no-huddle offense, and we have a young fan coming across the field.
And like you mentioned, for the no-huddle offense, that could, I guess, throw off Hart, because, you know, JT Stroud, all this time he's been coordinating, orchestrating in the huddle. So if you maybe rush him out of his comfort zone, that may turn to erratic plays and possibly a 3-and-out here, hopefully.
Yeah. You know what? It's really important to show the naysayers that we're still in this. And he's back in his normal set, looking for a screen pass,
and he's not able to get it.
You know what? JT Stroud is showing some signs of being flustered.
Don't forget, we got
That's really a
50-50
simple screen
raffle
pass,
going. You can go
but
get,
with the
your
Apache's
tickets
pressure, especially
at
from, I
halftime
believe,
over
Jake
by
Metters
the
right
tuner at the
there.
entry
He
gate.
rushed it, threw it
Winners
at
can be drawn at the
the
beginning of
ground,
the
probably
fourth
killed a couple
quarter.
Gophers right there.
Yeah,
$1 tickets
and
for $5,
that just shows
14
that,
tickets for
you
$10,
know,
so
even
34-20.
a quarterback of
Get
this
on over
caliber,
there. You might
he is still prone to mistakes here by this Apache defense, which shows that we probably are better than better as advertised.
It's so we see a Jimmy Gassner switching with, it appears, AJ on the line, and
Here's
they get
Stroud
through,
again. He
and
has a
he
lot of
hits-
pressure.
AJ hits him,
And he's
he's
still
staying
up. And he's finally brought him down.
God. Wow, now that was some wrestling moves right
And
there.
that's number 53.
Very impressive from Stroud to, get away from the pressure though. He evaded
Yeah,
it
he
too.
really body slammed him.
Yeah, right
so
there.
we saw AJ had the original hit, and then we see him twist him and throw him. I mean, wow.
Just wrestle to the ground
Yeah.
right there.
Wow, what an incredible play.
And somehow that is only a loss of 1 actually. So
Well, you know, we were talking about before, JT Shroud is such a nimble quarterback and really knows how to use his legs and work and shed tackles. But you know what? Even a sack like that stops a huge play, a big scramble, something that we saw last week. So in a normal shotgun
third and
set,
long situation, he's running left,
And
gets away from pressure again,
He's feeling it.
and he's
throwing
launching, and it is
Oh.
caught, and it is a missed
And the
tackle.
catch is made.
You know what?
That's number 22.
Well,
Devon
that's why he's
Jones,
giving it
but
to
we have a
Cal
flag
Berkeley
back at
fans.
the 20-yard line.
Oh,
That
we
is-
see some laundry, and I
see
just
some
saw the
laundry.
ref
Looks
do
like
a holding
Paul's gonna be
motion,
holding.
so hopefully that thing is coming right back. Yep.
Yep, and we can see right there. Oh yeah, we
Oh
can
my
see it right
Holding
there.
versus against
Wow,
her.
see,
He's gonna come back
luck is in our
and
favor
be
today.
10 yards from the
Talk
flag.
about a
fans.
momentum killer right
Wow.
there. We see number 22 on Hart celebrating, cheering with Stroud, but we see a flag bring it right back.
Exactly. I mean, nothing kills more momentum than flags, and nothing kills the team's chances of winning like flags. As we're entering the end of the second half, be prepared to enjoy our famous band perform. Always great. Some people only come here for that, but what can you do?
So instead of a touchdown and potentially 7 points on the board, it's now a 3rd and 22 situation here.
Wow, this Apache's team is looking so strong.
Yeah.
You know, both Bradford and I called it earlier how
Hart
we're
is
really
now
looking to make a difference. How
third
the Arcadia
and a country mile.
Apaches are really looking to make a difference from last game.
Ball spotted at the 10. They got to make their way.
And yeah,
By Mansfield, say
even in this
26 to
quarter,
go.
by this time last game, the game was virtually over.
Yeah.
But right here, we were just right in the game, and with a stop here, maybe we can get one last play before the half and
Yeah.
take the lead.
I mean, definitely. The Red Sea last week was just looking like an empty bleacher sea, but now it's truly looking like some school spirit, that classic just high school spirit.
And here's Stroud dropping
He's
back.
looking,
He's looking deep,
and
and
he's close to a first
he's
down.
very, very close to a first down.
You know what?
Catch.
With the second half coming up, it
Devon
looks like they're going to
Jones
go for
makes
it.
his way to the 45.
What a great catch by number 22,
bring up
Devon
a-
Jones. And
It's a
looks like-
4th and 1 situation.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they might go back to what they did earlier in the game, which is a lot
Looks like
of
we have
fullback
timeout
sneaks,
Arcadia.
QB sneaks. We're probably going to expect something similar to that.
4th and
However,
1 coming up
they could,
for
yeah,
Hart.
what do you say?
Well, we're going to see the nature of the Hart quarterback. We'll see if he might be a conservative coach because, they are in their own 35-yard line here. It might not be worth it to, potentially get the first down because if they don't, Arcadia sets up for great field position and potentially points on the board.
Yeah, one of the dilemmas that Arcadia High is facing is that, if Hart sets back up in their normal QB sneak or fullback sneak position, they don't know whether to play their linebackers in because during a play action, Apaches are left for toast. And that could be the score that puts the game away. But a stop right here could also just be the difference of the game. It's just the little plays, But at least the timeout was called. Patsy's getting some water, getting some rest. Probably going to send some of the big boys to the middle of the line, and let's just see what they do. Let's see if we can really stop this Cal Berkeley commit, JT Shrew.
And I'm looking here for them to look for their fullback, number 10, Ben Rosen. As you said, he's the master, I guess, of short yard gains. As we see the fullback formation.
Oh, that's going to cost us.
AJ with the offsides.
And that's offsides
with
against
such
Arcadia.
with such
It's
a
gonna
great
be
game
5-yard
played
penalty
already,
and a
it's
first
really
down for
tough
the
to see that
Indians.
happen. But making
Ball's going to be spotted
making
on
a
the 40-yard
defensive
line.
penalty
Minute
such as
22
that
to play
is
in the
quite
first half.
frustrating. It's frustrating for the team, but you know what? AJ's going to retaliate right now with a big sack or a big fumble recovery or even forcing a fumble.
And it was actually a genius call. You know, some coaches try to line up and try to force an offside. I've seen in colleges, which is really smart, probably, and it worked in their favor here.
Yeah, I mean, it's really typical to maybe go with a call where you're trying to draw them offsides, nothing happens, you call a timeout, run an actual play. But I'm not sure if Hart had timeouts to burn to be able to run that, but let's see what they do.
Here's Shroud dropping
And
back.
he's looking for a screen
That's another
pass.
screen pass, and it's
Let's see if they
successful
stop
this
him.
time.
And he is brought down with a gain of probably 0, maybe a few inches less. Wow. See, that's the difference. It's those tackles. That's the difference.
Yeah, I was very worried when I saw number 10, Rosen, grab the ball. He in the plays pass would pick up at least 5 yards, but here we see the Arcadia defense making an adjustment and stopping his run.
Yeah, there really is nothing stopping this Apache defense right now. And they showed this during LaSalle game that they're tough. He's scrolling, he's looking
for a deep
the middle
throw.
of the field or towards the right.
Underthrown.
Pass intended for number 2, Michelangelo, and it's a little bit wide, bringing up 3rd and 10 for the Indians.
I mean, 45 seconds left, 3rd and 10. The Apaches are having a great game. I mean, I keep on mentioning the naysayers, but really after that Cathedral loss, all of the top people in the CIF, San Gabriel Valley, all those reporters and everything were really saying the Apaches were out. But wow, they definitely are not.
This is a very statement performance coming back because, as you said earlier, people writing us off, but we're hanging around with a Division III school, a team that is, a solid 8 divisions and 100. They are ranked 100 more than us in the state.
I believe they're about 1,100 overall.
And here we go.
And
Shroud.
He's looking. Oh, almost sacked. And
it is dropped.
Pass intended for number 22, Devon Jones, and it goes incomplete.
He's kind of been going to the same target, especially the Devon Jones, number 22. And it really hasn't worked out that well. I mean, these corners are playing phenomenal.
At 4th and 10 from their own 40.
Oh, and is that Shroud down? Who's down? It looks like Shroud took a hit towards the end of the play. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I believe one of
that's not Shroud.
That is Shroud, actually.
That is?
Wow, this would be huge for Arcadia.
I mean, hopefully he's okay, so nothing of his future is messed up. But really hate to see that. But you know what? I believe their backup is a junior, so I'm not really sure if this is the first time he's played the season. Maybe since last week against Downey, it was a close game the entire time, so they didn't really need a backup to just kind of waste time. So let's see how the backup quarterback does.
Yep, and Shroud does not look good here. He is walking on his own pace, but as you see,
he does not look well.
That left leg seems to be caught by one of our players at the end of the play. Very, very big hit. I saw that with the corner of my eye, but wasn't really sure if that was it was going to come to anything. But as we see here, this could be the momentum shift that we were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, they have to punt it back to Deontay, and we're just waiting for Deontay to do something. I mean, he has the squiggles to do it. I mean, there's nothing stopping him. He gets a little opening, he's gone.
And it's a snap, low one.
Low, and he kicks it away.
He kicks it away from number 7. Fair catch.
Yeah, kind of sucks to see that Deontay was not able to return that. But I mean, we can see it.
34 seconds.
Oh no, that was Dylan Jedward, DJ. My apologies. But let's just see how they do.
28.
Well, realistically here, 34 seconds.
Yeah.
2 timeouts. What do you think we can do? Best case scenario.
Well, see, what you're going to see here is a lot of the corners of the Hart defense play back. You're going to have a lot of sideline passes. You usually never run unless they're trying to run the clock out, have some momentum into halftime. But a couple sideline passes here and there, leading up to hopefully a field goal or a touch, or best case scenario, a touchdown. Let's just see how this goes.
Now spotted at the 18-yard line.
And I guess there was some laundry on the field that gave the Apaches disadvantage, but 34 seconds, the game's theirs. Yeah, so we see, especially hard to see on the camera right now, but yeah, so number 9, especially bottom of the screen, is laid back, and Max takes it, and let's see if he breaks loose.
Yep, and he runs out of bounds. Very smart decision, stopping the clock.
I mean, we do have 2 timeouts to spare, but we'd rather save those for later on, or later on in the drive right now.
Wow, fools the offense right there completely, and can just pick up a decent 4 yards right there before going out of bounds.
And we have a Let's Go Arcadia chant going. So let's go Arcadia. I mean, you know, even the snaps are looking much better this week. It's just the little things that are making such a big difference.
Yeah, like you said, the snaps were a big issue last week. A lot of fumbles caused from that. And this week, not really seeing much of it. So that's a really good upgrade right there.
Yeah, definitely. And we see play action.
Oh, it's a play.
Oh, it's a loop around. Let's see if he takes it. And he's looking for not much. Patches might burn a timeout.
Seemed like it was a little bit of a late run. Usually, you know, the wide receivers after the fake handoff will just be already there and just swoops and jets right to open field, but just a little bit late.
Well, that's a classic Statue of Liberty, which was really shown in I think it was the 2007 or 2008 BCS Bowl between Oklahoma and Boise State. So, and
that is the end of the first half. The clock is run out, and I guess the coaches are content with this score, 13-6.
I believe. We'll see.
Wow.
I can't see.
Nobody was expecting
they're all
that.
down there to do a
Let's just
special
see
routine right now.
Hopefully we keep it up. We're getting the ball at the beginning of next half. Now let's see what the San Gabriel Valley's reporters have to say about that after counting us out.
I'm Claire, and I'm here with Orlandis Whitener. In the first quarter, you got ejected after having a block. Can you tell us what was happening?
Well, I don't know. I don't know why they even called a eject. It was just a good hit. I don't know, man. It was just.
In the fourth quarter, you guys scored a touchdown. How has the momentum changed after second quarter?
I think we I don't know. Wait. We gotta start over. Can you start over?
No, it's live. It's okay. After you guys go into the locker room, what are you guys going to do to be successful during the third and fourth quarter? After the locker room, after halftime, how are you guys going to be successful going into the third and fourth quarter?
I think we're going to have a lot of momentum. We're going to score more, get more tubs. I think we're going to do better.
You're going to do better? Thank you. Back to you in the studio.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give another round of applause to our cheer squad and our cheers. Tonight, for your halftime entertainment, we have the Apache marching band and color guard in front of you. We obviously don't have uniforms on tonight. We're going to be performing for you the first two movements of our four-movement field show for the 2017 competitive season. The show material comes from Stravinsky's Firebird team. You can expect to hear a lot of Firebird material, as well as thematic visual material. Tonight, the Apache Marching Band and Color Guard is going to do this two movement twice. Please be great audience members and cheer them on as they do their best. And now, presenting our 2017 film show, the Apache Marching Band and Color Guard. Here we go.
welcome our Pasadena neighbors, the Arcadia High School marching band and photo. welcome our Pasadena neighbors, the Arcadia High School Marching Band and Fanfare.
and the Apaches take a field to prepare to start the second half.
Wow. Now, wasn't that a stunner? All the naysayers, everything, saying that this was going to be another blowout just like last week, but no. The Apaches came to play today, and it's really just using different players and just kind of, just correcting all the mental errors that we have shown before.
Yep. Coming into this game, huge underdogs, just they're saying that, oh, they're probably going to, get blown out again just like last week. But hey, our Apaches have shown our full commitment. Remember, we lost our star player in Rolandis Roski Whitener.
Yeah.
And, we're still very much in the game, and we're going to be receiving the ball first so we can tie this game up.
And let's not forget how we have about 4 or 5 key players injured, such as Frankie, Ethan Stickler, Jeremiah Lugo. Also, I think that's about it. Yeah, Dorset. So that's about it for the guys playing tonight. And we probably have a couple guys who are going to step in for those roles. And so it's really awesome how we see this chemistry building up. And now we can finally see it in full play.
Yeah.
So really, it all just comes down to how we play, how the team forms by the time CIF comes around. And even if we come up short today and we just don't get the dub, it will be really important to see how we come together. And we see this team come from players to a family.
And what's another really cool thing is that we know that Shroud, Pac-12 quarterback, and a lot of players on the Hart team are like potential for college recruiting, and so there might be a few scouts here. And
who knows?
Yeah, this is a really good audition for some of the Arcadia players because they might not get the exposure being in such a lower division, but this game here just may catch the eye of a scout and might land them potentially a scholarship.
Yeah, well, one of the quotes that I've heard throughout my time playing football and baseball is that you should always pretend that there's a scout in the bushes and coaches in the trees. So you really never know who's watching these games, and especially now with the use of technology. All these highlight tapes are being thrown around, which is great because it's finally getting some other players exposure. It's not just the big names, and so there's been a lot of times where a player who scouts weren't even coming to look at, maybe other scouts for bigger schools and maybe the SEC or ACC came to look at Shrout and ended up kind of catching he's out of the game now, but Roski, maybe a Dylan Judware or DJ. Even Artis Candler's having his own island. He's holding his own. Alex Kelleher is playing great on the defensive end. So yeah,
maybe we can even see them on like House of Highlights.
Yeah,
big hit.
Yeah, we'll definitely see Roski's hit on Instagram later tonight. And they're ready to set it off, 13-6. And I'm really glad that the Apaches deferred because now we can kind of see the momentum swinging in our favor.
Yeah, real smart play by the coaches. Maybe receiving the ball first wasn't good because they start off a bit cold on the offense.
Yeah,
and now they found their groove.
That's been a theme of this year. And punts it back where he's taking it from about the 5-yard line.
And here's DJ.
And yeah, that's
he's
DJ.
Trying to run it back.
It's shake and bake, Ricky Bobby. And didn't really get much right there. But, it's something to build off. Yeah.
Good coverage by, Hart hit there. And we're going to see Max remember his very long run to set up the touchdown. Maybe we'll see a little bit more variety. Maybe a little bit more passing. Maybe get, AJ involved. Or maybe revert to Weston Worth on that big run,
Yeah. I'm really glad that the offensive coordinators are using a lot of play actions, a lot of read options. Because we tried to do those last year, and we really didn't see much success. But you kind of have to play each game individually, not just play each game the same. So let's just see what they do. It looks like they're appearing with their normal 5 set on the line with 2 receivers on each side.
And AJ in the backfield.
Yeah, AJ in the backfield, maybe support. Let's see if they run a screen. Number 9 bottom screen set up a little strange.
And it's a handoff.
And wow,
AJ just cuts through one step, boom.
Yeah, see, one of those are just going to be broken down or is going to break out for a big game. It's bound to happen. Yeah. Now we see this offensive line gain some momentum.
Yeah, and one thing I really like about Lewis, steps one way but can switch direction very quickly. Just eludes, potential defenders and gets a lot of yardage from that.
Yeah, one of the most important parts we see about him here is that he's able to use his agility and his size. I mean, this is a big guy. Seeing him through the hallways and everything at school, it surprised you how fast he is.
And here's AJ again, but
he swallowed up. Yeah, he tried to bounce it outside, maybe using more of his speed. A little bit of confrontation going on between both teams. Expected to happen. Some trash talk, but it's what we love in football on the gridiron.
Yeah, definitely. And, I feel that the best way to use AJ is, forcing him to the inside.
Yeah.
6 foot, 190 pounds, 185,
Jesus.
He can just, absorb contact and just keep running for those extra yards, which is like kind of why I want them to force through the middle and, just accept the physicality and just gain a bunch of yards.
3rd and 8 right here. Max in a normal shotgun set. Probably looking to pass downfield.
He is going to pass.
He's
and
looking
it's
for
a
a screen pass.
Oh, and that's a big hit.
Wow, he's met with a battle ram. Wow, what a great tackle, but I really wish we could have done more with that. But now we have to see special teams, and as we're seeing some AJ, they might throw in a trick and throw in some Austin Guerra, and they might utilize him because this Apache offense has so many weapons.
Yeah, and that tackle is by number 11, Julian Salazar, who is actually a transfer to a different school, which is, proving to be a really good depth and real pivotal, part of this defense. And what's interesting here, there's 2 receivers back trying to, maybe looking for a trick play here, try to revert the defense.
It could be a pitch back possibly, or they just want an extra blocker.
Yep.
So he might, so he's using him as an extra blocker
Yeah,
back
and
there.
it's successful right there, and he gets through.
Yeah,
and he's still going.
And he's breaking it, and
wow,
he was close to breaking it.
And that run was by number 2, Michael Colangelo, and we said his name a lot in the first half. He's been a real impact player, and this is kind of his breakout game after DJ Palmer was hit real hard.
It does not appear he's returned at all, and it's going to see if we see another JT Schrute coming in right now, as he was not able to finish the rest of the half. I couldn't tell what it was, possibly a lower leg injury. He looked very awkward limping off the field. And he is back.
Yeah, he is back, actually.
Wow.
He looks like he's going to tough it out.
He's playing through anything. Set up with great position at the 25-yard line. Let's see what this Apache's defense can do, led by Jake Metters and Alex Kelleher.
We might want to pressure JT Stroud. He's not feeling 100%, so maybe a few pressure, maybe a hit or two, and it'll be nice.
Middle.
And that fullback again.
Is that Rosen?
Yep, and he's
Ben
still
Rosen.
on the
Wow. See, this Hart offense. This Hart offense is really kind of having an awakening from this in the second half.
Yeah.
But it's important for us to combat it. You see on this replay, and it's just Moses with the Red Sea. What this offensive line is doing.
Yeah, you coming to the game, you would think that JT Stroud passing would be like the main thing. It's actually been the running game that's been hurting us the most here.
Yeah, it's a game of adjustments. So we see a normal shotgun set, tail back to block him. We see Ben Rosen really rising.
Yep.
And it's a quick screen pass or a quick slant. And is it in for a touchdown? The refs are looking at a closer call, put it through a microscope.
Looks to be
he's just short.
Very easy slant pass and just
that
might have actually been in, to be honest. But
yeah, well, we turn a blind eye to that call. But we might see a quick fullback sneak going on right here.
Yeah, been very successful all night, and Rosen has just been having his own.
With one of those big piles though, it's very easy to kind of have a poke, kind of going in, and it's that same set. It's small, he's going under, and he hands it off to Rosen, and nothing happens there. It looks like he didn't get in.
Very good play by our defense right there, stopping the very physical, Ben Rosen, and it's going to be a 3rd and goal.
Yeah. See, one thing the fans don't realize is all the hard work the Apaches put in the summer, grueling through the heat, and all the weight room. They're able to drive their legs and be strong enough to hold their ground. They're not getting pushed back at all. And we might look for a similar play.
And here's a 3rd and goal. They're going to do the same one, and
does he get through? Yeah. It didn't work to, if you can't go over, just go around, and that's what Ben Rosen just did.
Yep. Initially got stopped by the wall, but then just found a way across and just, basically walked into the touchdown zone.
Yeah. So it's really tough to see a play like that, but inches away from the end zone, it's kind of bound to happen. setting up for the extra field, or yeah, for the extra point, and previously was blocked, which
Here's
could be a
Rodriguez. See
big
if we
point.
can get another block
Yeah.
here.
Let's see what happens here.
And it is
And
through the uprights this time.
It is good as ever. So now the score is 20-6. Hart Indians and Arcadia Apaches are left with 6.
So what did you think about that drive, Matt? Like,
Um,
we were kind of like unfortunate to give up a big, punt return there, and it kind of, somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you see, one of the things here is that it's the missed tackles. One thing the Apaches were so good about in the previous half was wrapping up, driving with the legs, and being able to stop them. It's much more easier said than done to go low, wrap, and drive with your legs. But if you're able to do that, the team that usually does not have a lot of missed tackles will win, and it really shows. So there's a big difference how that 5-yard punt where they start at the 50 or the 45 ends up starting at the 25. And now all they have to do is get a couple runs in and drive in.
Yep.
But he's looking to boot it away.
And hopefully we can have a
it's a
big
short
run of
one.
our own here.
Yeah, it gets
And
in.
it's a
Oh,
drop.
it's a Deshaun Jackson. Rosie did something similar and took it back all the way. Let's see if he finds an angle.
And it's taken down at the 20. DJ, nice try, but, nothing you can do much with a, fumbled
Yeah.
snap.
It was really interesting to see how at the beginning of the season, or I believe against LaSalle, Roski had a similar situation where he was able to take it all the way after kind of fumbling it. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes you just kind of anticipate it, and it's just really...
It depends on the
Yeah.
bounce the ball takes, and, if it's
Exactly.
in front and maybe the defenders are caught off guard, then you might be able to kind of sniff at running it back. But in this case, Hart defense is really prepared in the really good positions and ended up just, stopping the run.
Yeah, one of the variables the fans don't realize is these bright lights and how it can get caught. It's kind of like an outfielder losing a fly ball. But yeah, we see our normal set here. Austin's back there,
And it's
and
a run.
he's taking the run, going up the middle.
And again, stopped by this D-line.
Yeah.
D-line has just been impressive all night.
See, the Apaches are starting to go back to the things that really weren't successful for them. So I hope that we're able to go back to our read options, our play actions, those quick slants, because it seemed like those were best for Max.
Yeah, just running through Max is just the best way. The running game just
Up
not
the middle
working
is not there, yeah.
Probably all game we've had maybe 10, 15 yards in total. They've just
Yeah.
been shutting us down. But whereas,
really have.
give it to Max, let him operate with, probably a read option
Yeah.
or even a throw. That's been working all night.
McMullen is doing his thing. I mean, this is why this guy's a Northern Arizona commit.
And it's
Oh,
another
but he
run.
goes back up the middle, and still just not much.
Maybe 2 or 3 right with that run. And, again, like, 3rd and long, and we are down 2 possessions. I'd actually like to see a throw here because
Yeah. Oh, of course. It's definitely a pass situation, 3rd and 7. We might see a couple of skinny slants, maybe a 3 and in, and while the receivers on the outside go for a skinny post. So let's just see what happens.
Yeah, it all
Switching guys
depends.
in and out.
It all depends on the confidence with the coaching staff and how Max is feeling right now. But expect for this one to be a throw.
Yeah, I'm really looking to see if they really utilize Deontay in his speed, or if they utilize DJ in his speed. Very repetitive, but there is so much speed back here, and it's nice that we have
And
is that a timeout or is there laundry? Yeah, it looks like we have a timeout. Is it on? Yeah, so
Yep,
Arcadia just took
Arcadia.
a timeout. It's kind of hard to see that happen. You really don't want to use a lot of your timeouts, especially in the 3rd quarter, because there's going to be times where 2 minutes left in the game. We're on a big drive, 30 seconds left, and we need it to get a field goal set up. We don't have that option. So.
Well, I guess I'll play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
This is one of the more important points of the game right now because 3rd down situation at our own half. We punt it away. We give another chance for Hart to run. I guess Pollocky wants to talk things over, and this drive hasn't really started too good. So maybe a perfect scenario lets us free, great yardage, maybe even like into their territory, and we're back in it.
Yeah, well, one of the important things to realize here is that not all plays are there's many different goals of the plays. They could possibly be trying to read how the corners and middle linebackers react, and maybe how the safety reacts to the simple run plays up the middle. So the Apaches could be setting something up. It's very popular to use the play action in this setting. And, oh, wow. We almost
And
see a
here's
beach ball hit
AJ
the field.
in motion. Here we go.
And Max is hit.
And Max
and
gets
he's
away,
going.
and that was a great blitz right there.
Yeah, wow. Hopefully we could pull up an instant replay. Kind of, Max was almost blindsided there, but had some canola oil on.
I believe number 43, CJ McMullen, just flies in there.
Wow, yeah, let's look at the replay. Oh, yeah, that was not McMullen. Number 54 really flew in. I believe that was the outside linebacker. He's been creeping this whole game. He's been playing up, but hopefully Randy could punt this away, and they're going with the same double back.
Yeah, that was very successful last time, and
it sets them up for a better blocking, as whoever gets it and whoever doesn't get it just blocks. And
fair catch.
Fair catches. Oh, almost a fumble-rooski right there. Slipped through his hands. But you know what? They're in worse field position, and the Apaches are ready to attack right now.
Yeah, it's better for them to just start at the 40 and have a chance and a sniff at running it back to the 25-yard line like last time, or maybe even all the way back.
Yeah, one name that I haven't mentioned so far is Jake Metters. I haven't seen him on the field so far. I don't know if he suffered an injury, but against Cathedral and especially LaSalle, he proved to be the difference maker. Or, oh, my apologies. Jake switched to number 53. So
he's right there in the
so he's the middle linebacker.
Actually.
Jake was originally 12, which is why I haven't been spotting his name out. But yeah, so keep an eye on 53 because this defense really revolves around him.
And that's another great run by Rosen.
Yeah,
just finding every single seam possible and just powering through.
One of the best parts about especially Metters in this linebacker game is that they're able to fill the holes very quickly. So I believe I couldn't tell who that was because he was rolled over in an awkward position, but you could tell that they're able to plug the holes. But the offensive line is also featuring a little bit of split and like a couple inches of difference between them to open up more holes for the running back.
And
he is met with a cement wall. Wow, the fans love it. We love it.
And it's going to bring up a 3rd and long situation.
Yeah.
One thing to note, I've noticed this whole drive, or except for one play, Rosen has just been, running the ball.
Yeah.
He hasn't been taking, those long strides back and trying to find a deep man. Might do with his injury.
Yeah, and one thing we're seeing here is that this big Hart line is getting tired. We may be smaller in size, but what lacks up is our endurance. You have these guys who are 6'3", 250, 6'2", 240. They have more body mass, so to carry it around and to still keep that up for all 4 quarters is difficult. So they might have to bring in subs, which lead to more sacks and penetration.
Here's a 3rd and long, and now he does try to
He's looking.
And it's overthrown.
Wow. He threw it to Candler Island and definitely overshot him. And wow, I believe that was a 3 and out.
3 and out, indeed.
Yeah.
And, JT Shroud hasn't really looked quite like himself actually after that.
No, not at all.
You see him walking gingerly here, and maybe if he's healthy, surefire pass,
Yeah, he really needs that leg. It's not his leg where he gets his power from, it's his plant leg. So if he can't plant correctly, then all of his throws are going to be he's going to either short arm it or just like we just saw, just overthrow it, and all those overthrows could lead to big picks. So, and it's a low snap, hits a gopher, and the punt's up. Wow, with a great spiral. Hopefully it goes into the end zone. And they're racing to it. Let's see if it does.
Wow.
And
a very good bounce at the end, and they're down at the 1.
Sometimes you're the fly, sometimes you're the windshield.
Very hard field position for Arcadia, but hey, can't argue. We got the ball back and a chance to put some points on the board.
That punt was amazing. Wow. We really have to give credit to that because obviously if fans who don't know football that well, to have a punt go that high, probably the same height as the lights, and with that spiral, it really is just a great punt.
Yeah, that is Division I quality
definitely.
punt right there. That's 60 yards easily, and that pins Arcadia right back. And
look where they are. The offensive line is lining up with toes on the end zone line. And so what we see a lot here is just a quick QB sneak to just get out of there, or it could be a run to Guerra. And we see some laundry.
It seems like it's a false start on us. Yep.
Whoop.
Not much to lose, actually.
Really can't move the ball back farther than it is, so it really doesn't hurt us that much. But, it's just some of those penalties we really can't have.
And it puts a lot of even more pressure, just inching it way back to end zone just creates a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
so let's see what they're gonna do here. And it is a QB
Yeah, it
sneak,
is a
like you
QB
called.
sneak because they just really don't want to have Max lined up in the end zone. And we
helmet
see a helmet
flies
goes on. Don't know who head it belongs to.
I believe that is
50 Jerry Lou.
Jerry Lou.
Yeah, 58
Yes.
Jerry Lou. He's been starting. I don't know if he's been starting since his sophomore year, but a key player since sophomore year,
And
definitely.
he's walking gingerly back.
Those
no.
big piles with all those big boys. Well, smiling, happy as ever. So it doesn't look like he appears to be hurt. Yeah, just those piles get very awkward. Hopefully Jack's gonna take a look at him. Nothing big. Hopefully he returns the next play because he does have to come out after all.
And if you don't know, Jack Sessions actually has a new assistant by his side, so helps wrap the injuries faster, makes it more efficient, and just makes it a better sportsman.
We see number 5 flirting with a blitz right here. I don't know if it set the Apaches off, and it did set the Apaches off.
Pushes all that hard work back.
Well, pushes them about the index finger forward. But I mean, we could see Max try and do a quick slant here. We're not going to see a typical play action or a read option. It's going to be something small, and you're going to see Austin in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, and number 5 again trying to blitz here.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, and it's a fumble.
It's a fumble, Ruski. And
safety.
I don't want to see what the call is.
I believe.
Oh, they mark him down. No fumble. So Hart players are celebrating for nothing, as it really is just a gain of no yards. But we really need something going on. We need something to get us out of here, because this is the type of rut that could set the mood for the whole game. But we could also change this to set the mood for the rest of the game. I mean, we really just need some momentum.
Yeah, this is kind of a scare that if Hart recovers,
yeah, that's
a free touchdown.
Yeah, it's a touchdown, or it's a safety, and which could lead to more points.
More points, just 2 points, and we have to kick the ball back to them. And
yeah.
Here's the problem here.
Oh wow, we see Max and shotgun.
Yeah, this is
so they're
risk for a
this is a big risk.
Actually.
Wow.
And here he goes.
And so right up the middle. Oh, gets out of the end zone.
So it's not a safety, but here's the problem with this actually. Snapping so close, that gives even less space for a punter.
Oh yeah.
Bring everyone and just try to block this punt.
Sometimes you see a punter just take a safety, step out of bounds. It's so. I mean, they're not. Yeah, see, they're not using their 2-back set here because they're want
just bringing everyone.
Yeah, they're bringing the whole house, throwing cats and dogs in there too. But we just pray that there's no bad snap or anything like that. And Randy Lugwood, number 25, is ready for it. Let's just hope he handles it and just boots it right away.
And that's a high snap.
And I do not want to see that.
And that is a safety.
Well, it's kind of.
We saw last week, long snapping seemed to be an issue. There's high, low, you name it.
Yeah.
And that caused a lot of fumbles. And here we see, I guess, the first mistake right there. And it cost us 2 points.
I believe that is our first turnover of the game, as we haven't had any fumbles or interceptions. Oh, my bad. Oh, my apologies. It was a safety, which is not a turnover, but it was a big mental error, that's for sure.
And we're gonna, as we see from a safety, we're gonna see Randy punt the ball away from about our own 15-yard line, and it allows again their kicking returners to make big yardage.
Yeah. So, I mean, we see how the way the ball rolled. I mean, football is just sports in general is just a game of randomness. If you think about it, what if the ball that rolled all the way to the 1-yard line took an opposite direction? We would not be in this situation, but you know what? It goes on. You see what Randy does with this punt.
And it's a high punt.
It hits a plane on the way there. He's fair catching. Oh,
and it's a
fumble.
It's a drop.
And we might recover this. It's really hard to see, but the Apaches are pointing the other way. And let's see what the zebras say. We can't see.
Yeah, it's very hard to tell.
There's
no official call here yet.
Nothing. There's a lot of talking, but not a lot of actions.
It's just a pile right now. We really can't see any real.
And let's see what happens. And, well, that's not what we wanted.
Seems that Hart recovers the ball. That was a very good effort.
Yeah, Hart
From a high, very not so good punt to a
Yeah.
potential, steal and turnover.
Well, all those plays are very. Well, all the plays are very. I mean, such punting after safety is very awkward. The kicker doesn't have as much momentum as he wants, and it just doesn't set you up for a good position. But we still see even running to the line, Stroud just looks awkward. you
Yeah,
know?
he doesn't seem like the shot we saw in the first quarter.
Yeah,
He was
definitely.
just throwing darts, and
I mean, we're going to
big
see a lot of
plays.
Rosen. We're definitely going to see a lot of Rosen.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a handoff to him right here, and
Yeah,
it is.
It is. I
And-
mean, they know Stroud's hurt. You could definitely expect to see Metters and my apologies, Danny Rodriguez coming back up to the line. Even Alex Williams is getting in on the action. So we're really they're trying to squeeze the middle of the offensive line.
Yeah,
But
and
you know,
another thing,
yeah.
like another positive running is they're trying to run down the clock, even though it may not seem like it. There's only 1 minute and 28 seconds left in the quarter actually.
Yeah, I
which
mean,
is-
this game is flying by. It felt like the Cathedral game just took an eternity to end. But we see
Wow,
a
that's
quick
a-
7 and out, and
and
he's going.
He's still going.
Oh my gosh, he will not be stopped. Oh, and
He is stopped back at the 8-yard line.
And it seemed like he was about to step out, but you know what? Slides
DJ with
away.
the great effort and just
Yeah.
prevents the touchdown.
Wow, yeah.
But you see here Stroud easy
Wow.
pass.
I mean, it looks like he's
14
out of
misses
bounds.
the tackle.
I mean, looks to me like his foot stepped on the sideline, but to each his own. But he starts to trip actually, and thank God he tripped because that would have. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been another potential 6, even 7 points.
Yeah. Hopefully the Apaches could just get a stop here. If they reduce it to a field goal, even better. Or, I mean, not better, but one of the better scenarios in this situation. Just getting down 3 scores now, or 4 scores now, would just kind of put the game
Stroud
away.
going with a
But
pitch to
and it's a pitch.
Rosen, and he
Rosen-
cannot be
Oh,
stopped.
it looks like he stepped out early before he was actually down. Yeah, he did step out early. It was pretty easy to see.
The thing about Rosen is, even after you hit him, lay your shoulder down,
Yeah.
he still is able to run, as you can see.
I mean,
he gets hit right there, but he still is able to get those
Yeah.
extra yardage.
Yeah. Oh, see, Alex showing a little bit of hops there. And, I mean, you could really expect this to come back to Rosen. Another option is just a quick slants play. Everybody uses that on Madden. Works in real life, too. But let's see what Stroud does. I mean, Rosen's been right next to him this whole game.
There's 4 wide receivers on the field, so he
Yeah,
might be looking at
he's looking at
it might be a
double
play
sets here.
action here.
And
It's actually
he's
a-
going back to.
Oh, it's a fumble!
Rooski! Oh,
And it's
take it!
picked
Go!
up by Arcadia.
Yes, that's exactly what we needed.
Big heads-up play. And
Wow,
the first turnover by
that's-
Hart. That is a momentum shifter right there.
Yeah. Well, actually, the second turnover after the interception on the first drive of the game. But that's what I want to see. These Apaches are not giving up. Let's see who makes. Oh, and that is
By
Alex.
Kelleher.
Yeah, Alex Kelleher came with the hammer.
number
And
28.
wow, 28.
Danny
Yeah, Daniel.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, Danny Rodriguez was able to recover. And wow, that could be the turnover of the game. We have. Oh,
And it is actually still
yeah.
only a 2 possession
Yeah.
game. You just need 2 extra points.
Yeah.
I had 2 2-point conversions, and we would have a tied game actually.
See, as you see the sidelines, it looks like they're just communicating much better with their teammates.
Very positive.
Yeah,
vibes
it
to
feels.
see.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't seem that this Hart team is much better than that Cathedral team. I mean, the Cathedral quarterback might have been much better, and they might have had some bigger guys, but the skill difference between the two is not.
Not much.
Yeah, it's
Division
not
1,
much
Division
different.
2, Division 3
Yeah.
isn't too much of a
And
jump.
last year, Hart played Cathedral in a CIF game, and Cathedral looked pretty strong against them, but it was a pretty close game towards the end. I believe Cathedral edged them out, but this team is not much different. It's just the attitude that's changed, and I really enjoy it. I really like to see how this transcends into the rest of the season.
And this could be a big momentum shift
Yeah.
right here.
Wow.
Starting the
starting the fourth
a lot
quarter.
of time, and let's see what
Yeah,
Max can do.
this is
He's
nothing.
dropping
Let's
back.
see what Max does. And
Good
he
throw,
throws.
and it
Oh,
slips right through.
yeah, slips through the wickets.
But
But that could have been a good play. He could have got a couple yards, went out of bounds, maybe even a first down. But see, we're going to more pass plays, which is what I like to see. Obviously, last drive, the run plays up the middle just didn't work, whether it was AJ or Charles.
Yeah, at this point, pass plays you can't really go wrong with him. Stop the clock if it doesn't work, and it just seems like a better return than just forcing it up the middle and eating our own clock.
Yeah, and part of the reasons why Jake switched jerseys from the normal 12 is because he's actually on the offensive line. Freshman year, he was called Baby Gronk because he would play tight end. And wow, Max just took a hit. Yeah, the ball's on the ground, and we believe that Arcadia has recovered. No biggie.
But that was actually, I don't really like seeing our quarterback get hit hard like that,
Max is a tough guy. He could take a hit. He's a big guy. I mean, that's all those. I mean, that's just years and years of football and toughness.
Shows off his versatility. He can not only throw the ball, but he can take those big hits and protect the ball and run.
And you know what? I mean, even as the live streamers could see, he's really leading the huddle. But it's important to see how a lot of these guys are going on both sides. Usually the quarterback only stays at the quarterback position, but these guys are playing special teams and everything. It's pass, and Max is looking.
There's an open man,
and
DJ.
Oh, DJ takes it,
and he's
still on his feet. Let's see what he does. Oh, and I believe, that's going to be even bigger gain because I believe that was either a horse collar or a face mask. You saw his head being awkwardly jerked.
We'll see in the replay right here.
Yeah, let's see.
Great throw by Max.
Wow,
Great
off one
pocket
foot.
pressing. Boom.
And yeah,
Gets off a tackle right there.
I believe
still
that
on
was
his feet.
Yeah. Wow, he finally goes out of bounds.
And
let's see.
It's actually on the
offensive pass
Arcadia.
interference.
Wow.
Well, that's going to kill us. That really killed all the momentum, but I can't tell if that was pass interference or. Oh, so it's still going to be a first down. So it wasn't pass interference.
Actually, it was a block in the back.
Oh, it was a block in the back? Okay, my apologies.
Because we saw DJ with, a really big green. But
see, one thing we haven't been able to see so far is DJ really using his speed, getting in the wide open. And one thing that we were starting to at the beginning of the game that really helped us throughout was getting these guys with speed into the open area. So you can probably expect the offensive coordinator, Robert Maxey, calling up a lot of screen passes and getting these guys.
We still
open.
have a first down. It's a run
And it's
again. It's play. Oh, and it is nearly picked off by number 9, Josh Clark. Very, very lucky right there because
he's dangling that ball in the Devil's hands. As a quarterback, it's really important that if you don't to underthrow it instead of overthrow it, as an overthrow could always lead to a really bad interception. But nonetheless, second down, second and 10. Patchy's looking to come ready to make a drive.
Still early in the fourth quarter. 10:43 left to play, and still a lot of time for Arcadia to try to make an impact.
Yeah.
And see if they can score, bring themselves back in the game. And it's a run and it is stopped down, which is actually going to eat our clock.
Yeah, I would really prefer to see some pass plays here as it conserves the clock. And
we've been actually getting more positive returns from doing that, actually.
Yeah. I mean, we've been having some more positive outcomes, but, I mean, they're really putting the pit of the defense right there. And it feels like we can make a bigger put a little bit of a dent in the lead if we just keep on passing. Because it looks like, see, one thing people don't realize is that Max just gets stronger as the game goes on. And so it appears like the first quarter is just his kryptonite because it feels like every time the game comes in the clutch situation, Max just becomes Superman.
And here's Max after a long huddle.
And
let's see.
Let's see what he does. Austin goes out in the flat, and he throws
it. There's a man wide open.
And there's Jimmy Gassner with the catch.
And he's still on his feet.
That's what I like to see. Wow.
At the 50-yard line.
Crossing the halfway point.
That is a great play right there.
And just in front of us, we see his parents going crazy. So good to see that for Jimmy.
Scanning the field, great find. And look at this. Look at this.
Oh.
1 hit gets away. 2 hits gets away. 3 hits gets away.
Wow.
That is what you call weight room results.
Yeah. All those extra squats, all those extra lunges that he probably hated at the time, well, I don't think he hates it that much anymore as he's able to provide for the team.
9:35
so at the 50-yard
left.
line, they're ready to make a difference, and we're going to the pass plays.
And no huddle offense. Let's see what he can do here. It's another pass.
And they have the receivers going on the flats.
And it's a good catch here by...
Not bad. Caught by DJ. Yeah, DJ kind of ran a quick 4 and out, and you can kind of see Robert Maxey pointing pointing the receivers towards the sideline, so they're able to save time. So they're not in the open flat. And even though that one was in the open flat, they're able to save time, which is really smart because they're already thinking ahead.
And again, they're discussing a long huddle. Maybe they're gonna try
Some
a different type of play because you know, and they bring AJ in the backfield this time.
Yeah,
so we'll see if they
could
can
be
try to
Austin,
get him involved.
Yeah, giving Austin a breather, and let's see what he does. He could be thrown on the flat.
Yeah, here he is throwing
And
again.
Yeah. Wow, what a
Oh, that is nearly picked off. Another break on this drive by the Arcadia Apaches.
Yeah. You know, it's time to.
Bring up 3rd and 5.
Very lucky, as we can see in that replay. Wow,
Yeah.
just slips through his hands. That would have most likely been a pick 6, actually.
Yeah, exactly. It's time for maybe the offensive line to give Max a little bit more time so he's able to step up and kind of make those throws and put a little more into them. Because Max has really great arm strength, but if he's trying to avoid 3 different defensive linemen, he's not going to get the best throw. But so far, Max has played a great game. Doesn't have any turnovers. Has been close a couple times, such as right there. But he knows what he's doing. He's doing really well. I'm glad to see him doing well.
Plenty of time left on the clock, 8:39.
Yeah.
3rd and 5. Here we go.
Bottom
Here's
of the screen, we
Max.
see an ISO, and Max keeps it for himself.
And he
he's
keeps
going,
and he cannot be brought down, and he gets the first down after
That is
contact.
what we needed. 3rd and 5. Gutsy call to use a read option, but it looks like the defensive end bid. I believe that might have been McMullen.
38.
But, wow. Yeah, Max definitely felt that one.
I'm not really sure if you saw that, but he got hit at 2 yards into his run, but he keeps
It was
going.
almost similar to the Jimmy Gessner play earlier, where it's almost like the Hart defense is kind of hurting themselves. The Arcadia players are just bouncing around. It's like a pinball machine.
This is arguably even more impressive because, you know, quarterbacks usually they want to avoid the contact, but here Max embraces it and just keeps going forward.
Yeah, at the bottom of the screen, we see Deontay isolated by himself, putting the receiver, putting
Here's
the cornerback
Max
on his own
dropping
corner.
back.
Max is looking that way.
And he's brought down.
Taken down.
Wow. That was a great.
Wow, what a great move. I believe he used just a simple bull rush and got past the offensive lineman and took him down. Looks like Max is okay, though.
This series, Max has been getting a lot of hits. Not really good. You saw one at the 10-yard line, the last
Just
run,
now.
and here a big sack right
Yeah, all those really add up at the end of the game. Definitely is going to need an ice bath at Jax. But he still stays composed. I like to see that.
Here's Max running back with seems to be a screen pass,
and
but
that goes
he
for
cannot.
Play doesn't take formation there. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long for Arcadia.
If you love this and other APN streams, be sure to check out the Apache News GoFundMe page. Your generous support helps us provide this great coverage. Link is www.gofundme.com/Apache News. Live stream fun.
All right, and there we kind of see a botched screenplay. But like I said before, I mean, Coach Maxey is really trying to get AJ and just some of these other guys in the flat. I mean, with our line being so fast and agile, we're able to kind of have these guys swing around and be able to block them, or be able to block the defenders. Like, you know, I mean, you give these guys rooms, they shake and bake like Ricky Bobby.
And here we are, a 3rd and long situation. Max drops back.
And he's rolling. He's
rolling.
rolling.
Long
And
throw, not there, just a little bit short.
I mean, good coverage, and wow. You know, you gotta try it though. I mean, 7:13 left in the game, 22-6, 2 possessions. You gotta go for it.
Yeah, I believe they.
Yeah,
they should go for it.
Yeah,
there's no question.
I mean,
Nothing to lose at this point.
yeah. Little too far for a field goal. I don't know if Randy or Fernando has it in them, but we're just gonna see how this plays out.
Yeah, I don't think any kicker
Yeah.
has this range actually.
Yeah, maybe Janikowski on the Raiders, but
that's a whole different
yeah,
story.
that would be a whole different. That's a whole different game. But
hopefully we see Max actually do
Yeah.
it here. He might actually
I mean,
do a fake kick.
you see a lot of these-
Here he is again
yeah.
with that fake kick.
and let's hopefully get it before they goes in the end zone. They're racing, and they pinned it at the 1 yard line. So taste of their own medicine. Hopefully they're able to cough the ball up and we're able to recover it, maybe get a safety. Hopefully they can have a taste of their own medicine where on a punt, or if when they're attempting to punt, it goes over the punter's head or there's a fumble. So there's so many great situations that could happen if you pin a team in the 1 yard line.
Yeah, maybe we should start a hashtag Max for punter.
Yeah.
Both of his punts.
I mean,
in the
wow.
back at the 1. Very impressive.
I remember seeing Cody Kessler do that at USC, but it feels like this is something new this year. Actually, a couple years ago, our former quarterback Nico Hillier used to do that, and it seems very effective.
Yep, pinning him back for 1, and maybe we can get a safety and make it an easier and manageable 2-possession game instead.
So I mean, God, it's a really stacked line right here, and he's it's a fumble. Let's see who recovers it. It looks like it's in the Apache's favor. That's where all Caesar's pointing that way.
No official call
Danny's
yet.
pointing that way. It's going to take a while to get all those big boys up from the rumble.
No official call yet still.
And let's see what happens. Where is it? And it's Apache ball! That's what I like to see. That's what we like to see. The camera's going crazy.
Amazing.
I'm going crazy. Bradford's going crazy. We're all going crazy. Wow. I couldn't tell who that was covered by, but it was definitely a poke in the Apache's
initially
favor.
I thought it was just like your typical fullback run. Didn't really see anything, but
oh my God.
I hear Matt next to me saying, it's a fumble, and
yeah,
sure enough.
Hopefully we could get an instant replay to see who poked it out. But I mean, on the inch-yard line, all Max has to do is lean forward, maybe have AJ push him in, and let's see. I mean, they could use the they could use the I formation right here. I thought Jimmy would go out to the fullback, but he's at towards the end of the line. We could see them
they are
utilize
lining up.
Jake.
It seems like they're going to do a QB sneak.
Oh, some confusion. And they're pushing him in, like I said. But there's some laundry.
And it looks like false start against the
false start.
Apache.
Yep.
Well,
Gonna push them back 5.
So,
I mean, not a big deal, but I mean, a QB sneak right there. If you try that 4 times, it'll definitely work.
And one thing about this, 6:43 left. That might actually hurt us because 5 yards is a lot harder to cover than 1 yard.
Yeah, definitely.
That might maybe bite off 1 more minute than we should have.
Yeah, we could see. Yeah, so we have Austin. Yeah, so we have Austin in the backfield. Max appears to be under center. Kind of Danny's not all the way right behind him, but he's there. And it's a handoff. Let's see what Austin does with this. And he is met. Yeah, he's met with a cement wall.
No gain at all.
Big hard, guys. We have another false start.
Wow.
And penalties are killing this Apache's momentum.
So instead of starting at the 1 yard line, here we are at the 10-yard line instead.
Yeah, see, it's just those
tiny mistakes.
It's those mental errors we were talking about previously. And yeah, you see some frustration from the players, but they just have to get back into it. It's all good. No one's dead. But with 6:27 left in the game, I mean, the Apaches have to do something. If they score here, most likely going to see an onside.
Yeah, we actually might see a throw here because now this is like
we might see a fade to the back of the end zone, and it's another run. It's just not. Don't know why we're running it if it hasn't worked so far. But you could see Max just throw a fade towards the end of the end zone.
Yeah, we might. It'd be actually really smart to see Jake Metters put him in that wide receiver set, just launch it up to him against one of the shorter cornerbacks.
Yeah.
And just see if he can make a play. And I see him right there, number 53.
Yeah, well, the problem is that Jake actually switched his jersey, so he's not allowed to run routes. That's the reason why it was kind of confusing me earlier why I wasn't seeing him, is that because he's wearing the number 53, if he goes out for a route and catches it, he's an ineligible receiver, which is a penalty. So he's going to be blocking, and Max is rolling. Left. He sees someone. Oh, but the ref is. Oh, come on.
Referee
was reaching for his pocket,
but he ends up not pulling it out. And the Arcadia, line is very displeased by this.
Yeah, Apaches are not looking to kick a quick field goal. See, this is the time where you separate the men from the boys.
4th quarter.
Yeah. About 5:42 left.
I believe it's actually a 3rd and 9. So
yeah, 3rd and my apologies. It's a 3rd and 9, not a 4th and 9. So we have 2 more shots. But I mean, even right now, they might try and do a quick slant to make the fourth down better.
Or we might actually see, a read option play. Max before.
Or we might see Austin block.
And that's
Austin's going out for a route, and he's throwing to the end zone. Oh, come on! He hit him before the ball was there.
That is again no flag on the field. And
wow, that's a bad call.
Contact for a no call.
Yeah, I don't know.
Player is still down here.
I don't agree with
Wow.
that call. He hit him before he got the ball. That and
Wow. I think DJ.
wow,
I believe
is that DJ? Did he?
And he is out.
Yeah, appears like he
Wow.
landed awkwardly.
You
During
see
the
Jack
LaSalle-
Sessions
yeah.
sprinting.
During the LaSalle game, DJ offered a big hit, and honestly, and he said it didn't really hurt his body that much, but when he landed very awkwardly, his hamstring started cramping up, and it took a while for him to just get it out. So maybe he's suffering another cramp, which it looks
because-
like.
Yeah, that's the proper drill to
Yeah.
untighten up the
Yeah,
cramp,
exactly.
and hopefully that's
Yeah,
what it
he's
is.
just trying to loosen it up. If it's a cramp, usually he's able to play through it, unless he's LeBron James, but well, injury timeout gives the Apaches
One more
to
time,
rest a little.
reminder, the team get Apache
Yeah,
football
it gives them some time to
apparel
rest.
at store.apachefootball.org.
Essentially, this is a free timeout.
Take a look at the video.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we don't like to see this happen. Definitely don't like to see this happen, but it gives the time to rest, but also gives the Hart defense some time to combat what the Apaches are about to run. But we see it's something close to happening. I feel that like we're so close to building on something, and then
We're just falling quite a little bit
Yeah.
short, as shown by starting at the 1 yard line, get pushed back with those 2 false starts, and here we are, 4th and 9, not looking the greatest, and could be a missed opportunity that the staff later on will dwell on.
yeah, it's just interesting to see what Pollock is trying to call up. It's good to see that Jack's staff is out there, giving the Apaches some water.
DJ seems to still be down.
Yeah, it
They're
could be
missing
horrible.
Hart.
I mean, if anyone's even suffered a cramp, I mean, this probably is 10 times worse. I mean, these guys are sweating so much. It's not as hot as it was last week, but they're losing so much salt and everything, and they're probably very dehydrated as none of these guys are getting breaks. DJ's playing these guys. Yeah, all these guys playing back and forth.
He's playing kick returner,
Yeah.
defense, wide receiver. This is very taxing on his
Yeah.
body, and we still see him down, actually, which is,
Yeah,
I really do hope
I mean,
he's okay.
This Apache's offense is throwing everyone everywhere. They're throwing in the kitchen sink. So let's just see what they're able to run up. I mean, it would be so unlikely to see a run. I really wouldn't prefer to see that. We really haven't seen Deontay use much. We see Gassner lined up on the right side as a tight end. Most likely Austin will be used as a blocking back. It will be very unlikely for him to be thrown in the flat.
They're going to be just...
Jake's directing Jimmy to go to the opposite side.
They're
So-
just stacking up on that left side, seeing
Yeah.
if anything can happen. Maybe there could be a confusion, and a receiver will open up, and that may lead to a touchdown, hopefully.
Yeah, number 8 and number 11. Oh. After a big injury timeout, Apaches are taking their own timeout right now.
And that
And
could be,
that's costly. I no other way to say it. With
they-
5:37
They
left.
have 0 timeouts remaining.
Yeah. They have, wow. That is costly. 5:37. I mean, I just don't see how that was a good idea.
Maybe in their logic, they saw the defensive scheme they were putting
Yeah.
out, and then they're like, hey, we're not going to get anything from this. We have to
Yeah.
call timeout.
Well, I mean, as I was talking about previously at the beginning of the third quarter, using that timeout very soon. I mean, you only get 3, so So maybe Pollocky saw something that he can make an adjustment on. But if it's not a touchdown, well, Apaches might be in some deep water.
There's not too much time left. 5:37, and we need to score 2 possessions.
Yeah.
So this is very vital.
You
If
know-
we can score here, this is actually very doable,
Yeah.
and we can come back. But if we don't get it, we're going to be down 2 possessions and 0 timeouts remaining, which could be
This will
Too
be
tall.
incredible. I mean, if we could get a touchdown here, recovering on sides, we're in the game. But we also have to convert 2 extra points.
two
Yeah,
extra
2
points.
different.
Here he goes.
So Max is looking,
Max,
and
he
he's
gets away.
scrambling.
Here
he's
he is.
rolling.
Here he goes.
He's
He
throwing
throws
to the end
it.
zone, and
And
it's
it's
picked off.
by number 22, Devon Jones, and
yeah,
he's still
Devon
going.
Jones.
Actually, now pushed out of bounds, and
Wow.
that was actually, it seemed like a good play, actually. Max
Yeah.
got away from the pressure, scrambling. He's looking for receivers, but, Jones read him like a book.
Yeah. I mean, it's really important to see how these Hart cornerbacks really just play lockdown defense. I mean, we see we see Max on the instant replay scrolling around and just kind of hucks up something.
Yeah,
but
and then there's a lot of traffic. Nothing's going to happen from that. And
yeah, I mean, this defensive line is too much for Max to have time to roll around and pull a Lamar Jackson or a Johnny Manziel. But you're going to see a lot of run plays now as they're just trying to run out the clock. It's really frustrating to see this, to see how close we're to scoring, but those 2 false starts costed us. It just shows you how good this team is, but also how we're our own enemies.
And like you said, the run play.
Yeah.
The main goal, at this point is just running out the clock.
Yeah, and as we have seen before that, or as we previously saw that they ran out of timeouts, this is the time, well not now, but this is the time where you could have used one to stop it, so we have more time to work with in our favor. We have more time to work with.
Yeah, at this point, 0 timeouts. All they can do really is just drain the clock as much as possible. They have the right to do that, and that's a smart thing to do in this case.
Yeah. I mean, we really need some Irish luck right here. We still see JT Schrute under center, probably going to be another give.
Another
up the middle.
run play. Oh, it's a play action.
He's going. The linebacker's bite. He's throwing it long.
Deep, and it's
caught with a missed tackle.
And another missed tackle, and finally brought down.
Finally.
And then, again, a little bit sloppy there. Two missed tackles, and that could have prevented even more yardage, but instead of a 3rd and long situation, we are at the first down.
Yeah, now at about 4. Oh, the clock stopped to move the chains, but yeah, now we're at
4:24.
Yeah, or
a lot of time
4 minutes left in the game.
Run out.
I mean, time's slipping away, but we were so close right there. I really wish we could have capitalized on that fumble.
And here's Shroud, looks for another run. Just
and
at this
yeah,
point,
just
needs
up
to
the
burn
middle.
out the clock. And
he lowers his shoulder.
Again. Wow.
I mean,
if there's one player that has this tonight just consistently chipped into our defense time in, time out every play, it's Rosen. And
we see Jimmy limping a little. Hopefully he's all right.
We don't need, the last thing we need from this is an injury because we are already very frail.
Yeah, but we have to give all these Apaches so much credit. I mean,
definitely.
After having kind of having some lowlights this week, this is definitely a highlight.
Yeah, this is.
I mean, that was a very awkward play right there. Could have been a miscommunication. Just it should have been looked like a 6 and in, and just didn't hit him on the right shoulder, and or just never had a chance to turn around.
Coming back to what you said about the Apaches.
Yeah.
Very, very good bounce back game, even though it doesn't seem that we're going to be able to win the game. There's some really good takeaways.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because our defense cut the points that we allotted in half, which is, as a defensive coordinator, we would be very happy to see that.
Yeah.
And not only that, we had some very good offensive plays, a lot more than the Cathedral game, and we got into their half many times.
Yeah. One thing that the viewers obviously can't see is that I see Max talking to the offensive line right now. And it feels like last week, if he was talking to them, there would have been some confrontation or yelling on both sides, just as emotions build up and they're frustrated. But I mean, it really looks like they're trying to they're trying to just make a solution, and they're really not giving up. Nobody's hanging their heads. Everybody's really into it, and that's what I like to see, because they can build off this and finally go into our league, who is nowhere near as difficult opponents as Cathedral and Hart. So now they can build on something, and that's the most important part, because it doesn't matter if we win this game, but then we fall apart towards the end of the season. We could use this to build up, because CIF is what matters.
Yeah, and I guess kind of the reason why Coach Pollocky scheduled these games were because these are really good learning curves.
Yeah.
You already see. Last week we got not destroyed, but we didn't play the best. But as you see this week, we were in it for most of the game against a very, very, very good team. And like you said, in CIF, we shouldn't really be playing teams of this caliber, and it prepares us well.
Yeah. JT Schrute throws a little peekaboo and calls a timeout. Maybe could have been some confusion there, but one thing we have to see here is that everybody is still into it. I mean, I just remember last week just seeing how the Apaches hung their heads low. People were sitting on the bench. People just really were not, or the teammates just were not into it. And even the crowd really was not into it too.
Yeah.
If you're able to get the crowd into it and everything, it could build. Having that crowd behind you is so important. That's one thing a lot of people don't realize, is that having this home field advantage, you're able to make everyone pull in the same direction.
Yeah, and like you said, last week, third quarter, basically players just gave up,
They
and
gave up.
here we are, just even though may seem like a tall task right here. You see our players really buying into like the defensive coordinator and what he has to preach, and they're still playing hard and trying to get the ball back for the offense.
Let's just see what they do here on this 3rd and 4. Schroed's probably looking to pass, maybe some quick slants. Ben Rosen, he's been blocking a lot when he's not having the ball given to him, and he's rolling, and it's a flip. He runs into his teammate, and yes, that's what we like to see. Trips
Fourth
up.
down stop right there.
Yeah.
Third down stop, I mean, and it forces a 4th down. And although the clock is running, we get another chance back on the offense.
Yeah, I mean, stepped on a Lego, tripped over. That's what we like to see.
Pitch right there.
I mean, he ran into his own teammate. I mean, his own teammate pretty much tackled him. So, I mean, we have a 4th and 2 here, and it looks like they're about to go for it with about 2:53 left on the clock.
Wouldn't be the smartest decision, as
Yeah, it's a
if
punt.
they don't
I mean, if they don't
get it, then we
yeah.
have great field position. But as we saw earlier from their punter, really big leg, and he can just pin us back all the way.
Oh, we see a delay of game. Yeah, we see a delay of game. So yeah, so it's really common to use this to drain out the clock, and so now we get to see their punter again.
And not only that,
who is back there for us? Is that Deontay or DJ?
I'm not really sure. I can't really see the number.
Yeah, hard to see the number, but I believe that's.
It's actually a really good strategy to use the delay of game, because it gives the punter a very good chance to pin it back, because he has a big leg. He doesn't want to kick it in the end zone, and maybe pinning it back more, make him a better chance, and it also runs out the clock. So all bonuses for that.
Yeah, so I believe that's Deontay back there, not DJ. DJ's still suffering from a cramp most likely, and it's a
shorter punt.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shorter punt, and well. Hart's own teammate caught it.
Yeah, in the bench.
I mean, it's kind of a good strategy. You don't really want to see Deontay with open space, especially to return it. And with 2 minutes and 34 seconds, let's see what the Apaches can do. There's no stopping them if they don't make any mental errors. But we've seen how this game, we're our own worst enemy.
Yep, and like you said, those timeouts really are coming back to bite us.
Yeah.
3 timeouts, 2:34. I'd say we might have a chance, but without those timeouts, we're gonna have to do those sideline passes, as you mentioned, to stop the clock, because if we get stopped in the middle of the field, the clock's gonna still keep running.
Yeah, you're gonna see, especially all the corners play back. They're gonna let all the curls, 3 and ins, 3 and outs pass, but they're just making sure that they don't get beat. But any of these speedsters put on a double move, it's a touchdown.
And here's Max looking to pass.
He's looking deep.
And it's not a catch.
Slips out at the last second. Wow, we have to applaud DJ for going across the middle. That man has no fear. After seeing the hit Roski gave earlier in the game, some players would be scared about going in the middle of the field, just being blind to anything that comes near them. But
and to be fair, that was actually a pretty hard hit by.
That was a hard hit too.
By the free safety, I believe.
We do not give these Apaches for how tough they are. I mean, you see him get right back up, clap his hands, get in the huddle, and just ready to see what his next route's going to be. You see Alex Kelleher at wide receiver. Haven't seen him much this year. Mostly just a defensive player.
We're gonna maybe just like.
Yeah,
putting everyone.
AJ going out in the flat. Max steps up.
He still
and
goes.
He sees something, and he's going.
And he's still. But he stays in bounds.
You really don't want to see that right now, especially with 2 minutes and 19 seconds left.
It allows.
He does
it's
move
a good
the chains.
Thing. Moves the chains and allows us. And there is a flag back there, actually.
Oh God.
Might be a holding call.
Oh, and it's a holding.
Yep.
So
all that run yardage just got a ring.
I mean, now we just have to see a big play. It's really just, it really stinks seeing how we just kick ourselves in the foot every time.
Yeah, you think that there's a really good play, but then you see in the backfield, a flag just sitting there.
Well, 2 minutes left in the game. We just have to see what this Apache's offense does.
Yeah, at this point, just look for very deep balls. That's all we can hope for.
Like the Tupac song, just expect for a Hail Mary. I mean, yeah, you see 2 safeties playing deep. A little different than what the Apaches run, but Max is still looking downfield.
And he gets sacked.
sack on the play.
And
This
wakes
deep-
up with 72 all over him.
Yep. And this defensive line again, just very
Yeah.
very solid. Gotta give him some credit. Been full of energy all night. Been
Yeah.
getting to Max. As you may know, is not an easy guy to sack. He knows how to maneuver around.
Yeah, he's quick, he's big. Lucky enough that pick wasn't made.
Arcadia now facing a 4th and long situation.
That was another close one to being picked off, but it's good to see that it slipped out.
It was a good effort by the cornerback. He tried his best to keep those tippy toes in, but at the end might have just stepped out of bounds.
I mean, wow. I mean, with the footwork there, he definitely could have been on Dancing with the Stars.
Might not even need an audition.
Yeah. Well, he's not a retired NFL player, so we have to wait a little for that. And the refs are moving the ball. I'm really not sure what the penalty was. Apparently, yeah, it's in the Apache's favor, which is good to see. I'm very confused what the actual call is, but with 1 minute 28 seconds, it looks like the Apache's hopes of winning are ending. But now it's very confusing what's kind of happening.
Kind of just like a YOLO point at this game. Just send everyone forward. Hopefully something will happen. But we'll see.
Yeah, the line judge has a 3rd down, but yeah, maybe it is a replay of 3rd down. It's really confusing what to see right now.
And here's Davila dropping back. He has a lot of time actually, but now he is rushed and throws it away.
Yeah, just throws a fluffer.
Might be intentional grounding actually.
I mean, just
Or
doing
not.
whatever he can. He's very lucky.
It is a grounding.
Yeah, I was about to say that did look like grounding. I don't believe he was out of the box, and there was nobody. He was
close to him.
there's nobody close to him. So the way intentional grounding works, for those that don't know, you pretty much just take the sack. It's not, you don't replay the down. The down is already counted, and it's about a 10-yard penalty. So now it's 4th down.
And sometimes grounding can be kind of controversial because
it's a close call all the time.
People always argue for people throwing the ball away.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, that's grounding. But if there's a receiver in the vicinity, then you can.
It has to be in
it's
about a
subjective,
10 to 15 yard
actually.
vicinity.
But right there, it was clear.
But yeah, it just looks like he was getting rid of it, especially when he was on the way down.
And here's a
But,
4th and 29.
Yeah,
actually.
or a
and here
4th
we
and
go.
19. And a 4th and 29. He
And
might
here he
pitch it
goes.
back to someone. He might pitch it
DJ,
back.
he gets swept under by number 2,
And
Michael Colangelo, who
looks-
I believe is the
Yeah,
MVP
the
of
defensive
the day.
MVP, definitely. Yeah, I mean, we have Ben Rosen on offense, and then we have
And that's
number 22 on defense.
he just
Wow.
comes under and just sweeps DJ. And DJ is a very tricky player.
Wow. Well, I'll give that flip a 10.
And again, we highly encourage all of you guys to check out our GoFundMe. Link again is www.gofundme.com/Apache News livestream fun. Helps us out for these games and for the
So we could do away games as well.
Yep, and just to improve the quality. And we've really been working hard and just trying to improve these live streams for you guys at home.
Yeah, I definitely hate to see the Apaches lose this one, but man, you could really tell these teams fought it out. Hart was not expecting the Apaches to come out this strong. And this really, we just kind of have to look towards next week. You can't live in the past. What's happened has happened.
Yeah.
We made some mental mistakes. We were close. But one thing that always stuck out was that we were so close. One thing fans come away from is that we just fixed mental errors such as false starts or offsides, missed tackles, etc. We put those things into, it's just so much we could build off. I don't know, it's kind of a loss of words.
And that should be the final play of the game. And
He's going to run the clock out. A lot of good respect between these two teams.
Apaches will end the game losing 6-22. Very good effort. Very satisfied with the Apaches as they put in their heart and soul out into the field. And yeah, nothing much to complain about.
Yeah, and we also have to realize we probably saw one of the greatest hits in Arcadia High School football history tonight with Rolandus Whitner laying the wood on DJ Palmer.
And one thing to note, we have a bye week next week, so there won't be any Apache
Won't be
news
any
live
eight-
streams.
yeah.
But make sure to check us out in the following week in our season opener.
Sad to see this happen, but it happens.
Although there might not be any football, make sure to check out our tennis and volleyball live streams next week, which will be in the middle of the week. So keep an eye out on Facebook, Instagram to look out for that.
Yeah, the girls are coming up. The girls are just coming off a tough loss, but last season they looked really good, and hopefully they have something to build off towards this season, even though it doesn't really look that way with key injuries to star Hannah Kennedy. And it's just...
Yeah, they just came off a tough loss against San Marino High
yeah,
School.
San Marino, yeah.
You know, the air conditioning was out of the gym, just like, you know,
Oh, wow.
it was really tough, and you know, it was actually a really close game. We were leading, but they ended up coming back each set and ended up losing the game tightly in 0-3.
Wow. It's tough to see, but as our Apaches hustle off the field, they hang their heads high, and I've never been more proud to be an Apache right now.
And on a side note, our tennis team is actually doing very well and starting off the season undefeated, and we're looking to rebuild off that Division I CIF success, as we said. And
Hi.
there's an interview with.
Hi, I'm here with the quarterback, Max Sevilla. How do you think that you did this game?
I feel like the first half we executed pretty well. It just penalties screwed us up in the second half, and we got out of hand.
What do you think you're going to work on this week to try and win against Muir next week?
Discipline, and just keep working in our offense and execute well.
We're going to work on offensively to try and get more points?
Being able to pick up blitz, and just like the O-line and the receivers, just everything.
Everything? Thank you. Good luck. Good luck next week against Muir. Next week we have a game against Muir at Muir. Hope you guys all can come out and make it. Thank you. We're good?
I felt that this game, although we did take the L, it was actually a really good game. There's a lot of takeaways, you know. Our defense looked much, much better. We cut off more than half of the points that we allotted last week against Cathedral.
Oh, yeah.
And another thing is, even though we had a lot of players missing, such as, you know, Roski went out early in the game, we had a lot of injuries in the middle of the week. We fought well, and we hung around with a Division III team.
Yeah, serious. I mean, there is so much we can build off. It's great to see how our Apaches have improved as time has gone on, and my mood of how the season is gonna be, like, went a full 180, and wow, let's really see what we can build off of, especially now that we have some key guys returning from injuries. So yeah.
And coming out, and since these games are a lot harder, this has set us up well for league play, because the competition isn't nearly as hard. And based off today, if we keep playing like this, we're in for some very good Apache games.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what the rest of the season holds. It was something we can definitely build off of, because I mean, when we face the opponents of our league, such as like a Burroughs or a Hoover, we just have something to use and we have something to win. And all right.
There's no game next week, but check us out in the following week for another game. And I'm Bradford Yao.
And this is Matt Weiner.
And see you guys next time.
All right.